Metsuar's gonna ready his list as well.
Touch attack mode? The Divine Trident?
Metsuar's gonna ready his list as well. Lewis, Metsuar has a spell list as well. He's gonna use Bless in the party.
Yes.
I don't know why it's not funny. I'm using Bless. So.
I know you have a spelling ability. I know you have Bless.
Yeah, so stop trying to play me like my shit don't matter. Bless.
What is it?
Trying to play my abilities like.
Because it's not Bless.
It's not a what?
I mean, it's fine.
It's not a what?
It's not gonna stack with aid.
Listen, doesn't matter what it does. It's something.
He just wants to do it anyway.
It's gonna stack.
You want me to send it on here, Louis, or on what's that thing called?
Also, Lou, do you need me to send mine as well or no?
I'll send it here.
Send it.
All right, I'm gonna send you mine too.
Send it on there.
I'm gonna put guidance on Valena. He needs guidance. Resistance on Cynthia. Put virtue on Zino.
Once Mentor is done casting his spell-like abilities, let me know so I can cast a free spell.
Don't be trying to sound like you don't care about my stuff.
I do care. I'm saying that.
Okay, I think Virtue will stat. Virtue, everybody got an extra 1 temp HP.
That's good. Virtue on everybody.
How long that lasts?
It lasts like minutes, bro. It's the 0 level.
Oh, come on, man.
You can do it at will.
Valenum and Cynthia have been able to do it at will since like level 5.
Yeah,
not even level 1.
No, yes, it's level 1.
They don't even bother.
No one asked y'all about what y'all can do.
Downplaying
the virtue.
Get out of here, 0 level shit.
Get out of here. You gotta transform to get a 0 level shit.
That's a virtue on them, please. Thank you. Niggas always trying to need drama. Might need some of these abilities as well. She's never been out in the public before. So
she got cleric spells like up to like level 6, I think.
Well, she never been in real combat, so she might need these.
Man, she's like 200 years old, man.
I'm stronger than her. So let's not. Don't get old.
It'd be funny if she actually could break you up. That would be funny shit. I would laugh my ass off.
No, I can't remember this guy's name. She's been banging Stonemason like more than 200. You know when Cauldron got founded.
Who Surabar Spellmason?
Surabar, yeah, Spellmason, yeah, man.
I don't care who the hell she's banging.
Three levels ago, she would have KO you, Mesor.
Yeah, why you always comparing notes with she can still KO Zino 3 levels later now.
Probably now, yeah. She could probably do it. Louis, what's her level? Like what's her equivalent level? Since we know her intimately, especially if Elena trained with her and everything. What is he like?
Oh geez. Her ECL?
Yeah, what's her ECL? Like 10 Angel, 4 Paladin, or Crusader,
her
whatever?
ECL right now?
Oh, you boosted up?
No.
How's she getting levels? Just being a guard duty.
Well, she has class levels. Yeah.
She's getting levels being on guard duty. I'm dead.
I guess while we run through
hundreds of years. No, she's got class levels. She's one that trained them to be a crusader.
What that got to do with anything?
What is Astro Diva, right?
No. She's not Astro. She's Mavonic.
Mavonic, there we go.
Yeah, her ECL is 23.
23? What? How many levels Crusaders you got? 6?
8.
8? All right. So they're naturally like ECO 15 with no class level?
Yeah.
Wow, they're pretty strong.
ECO 15.
Damn, man, you're probably stronger than us right now individually.
I don't know about me, but
probably stronger than this one. I don't know.
Why you always gotta do
it? I don't think you could hit your AC though. We can just have it like
she be like this nigga.
I don't know. She got all them goddamn maneuvers, bro. She probably do some cheesy shit.
Well, actually, you're right. You got she got maneuvers. Hold on a second, Louis. You know, like that rule that classes, maneuver classes have that even if even if you're a different class, let's say you're a level 10 fighter, it will still count as like level 5 for like maneuvers. Like every
Oh
no,
yeah,
every,
yeah. Any what they
you know what I'm
I think they said any. They said classes. Other classes count as half.
right, but what about ECLs? It doesn't count as half, right?
No.
Oh, I was about to say because that would be crazy. That means she's like the equivalent of a level
ECL is
12,
just ECL is
13
just
position.
ECL is just like a rough estimate of like a comparison power between like
What you get? Like cleric spells up to 8th level?
her and a character that's not a character that's of a normal race to pick.
I got ECL plus two.
It's
I'm
not
like,
it's not really an exact science. Like I don't think she's
mm.
comparable to a 23rd level character, but um for like XP wise and what she brings to the table, she's comparable to like
You casting any more spell, Mesmer?
23rd.
No, I finished. I could put virtue on everybody and
Alright, cool.
bless.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast combat readiness on Valatinum.
If I had that spell, Blade, I'm gonna get it too.
Hold on, I'm typing out set these shit.
Yeah, okay, finish. Yeah, that's fine.
Tensor's transformation.
Oh, please don't mention that spell.
It's the best spell ever.
Worst spell ever. I hate that spell.
Wait, what? Try and spell. What?
What's the main weapon of the drama? Is it a sword?
I forgot the wrong. I typed up the wrong shit. Yeah, she's got a flaming great sword.
Okay, yeah. Make sure that she also got +5 to all her weapons and whatever she uses.
Yeah.
Attack and hit.
I'm surprised you memorized a fireball.
What?
I'm surprised you memorized fireball.
Are there people immune to fire that we're facing?
Well, yeah, we're facing evil outsiders. We're facing Demodon. You know you'll be facing Gearreed, so Demo
Yeah,
hates
I
immune to
need
fire.
to maximize.
Demodons do acid, right? I know I got 2 communal resist that I'm gonna cast on us, fire and acid. I think they use acid, right?
Yeah.
I haven't really. To be honest, I haven't really like picked new spells. It's the same spells that I picked last time.
Mm.
It's not like I haven't really had the time to really go into the shit deep.
Why don't we put immunity to sound on that sword?
I kept most of mine the same, but I changed up some key ones.
Yeah, me too. I changed
I
it.
decided to be more supportive because
I don't really use.
drama was coming.
I don't really use fireball for the damage though. I only really have it to combine it with dacing spell, the meta magic feat.
Well, luckily for you, Cynthia memorized a fire spell too, but
Yeah.
she memorized the spell called energy vulnerability. You can make someone vulnerable to an energy type.
But what if they're immune to it?
I mean,
If
even
they're
in the
immune to it,
fire,
they still basically
even
become
yeah,
vulnerable to it until the spell finishes up.
the meta magic feat dacing spell, it only works with a damaging spell.
You sure about
So even as long as somebody suffers 1 point of damage, they have to roll their save or be dazed for whatever the spell level is. You seen that spell, right? It's a Pathfinder meta magic feat.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure they go through?
Because I don't really Claudius doesn't really have a lot of damaging spells, so I had to throw in their fireball since it covers a large area.
I'm saying Metzwar is like, yo, Claudius, why are you using fireball? That's not just that.
Did I just explain? He don't use fireball for the damage. He uses it to combine it with a magic feat that he has in order to daze people. Like, remember what he did last time to that?
Yeah. It's like basically turns into an area effect day.
And Metzwar goes, okay, that makes sense. I don't understand.
Right. Okay, good. Yeah, I think he explained the last battle.
But you can't explain it that way. I won't know because I don't know magic. You're mightier than the Elminster himself, Claudius. All right, well, Smith starts making way first. He's like, all right,
You're
let's
probably
go,
right.
guys.
You're probably right. We're at those levels now that whoever wins initiative, that definitely Claudius will beat Elminster. I'll get a couple of rounds in before Elminster does his cheesiness and shit.
All right.
But then again, he's a chosen of Mistra. He'll get like divine intervention.
He's got
So I don't know.
shit buffed.
Charter, he won't be able to beat him. I love you, man. That nigga was gonna go first.
Oh no, we can have Lewis do it, man. We'll be like, yeah, this one.
Yeah, all right.
What's up? No divine intervention shit. Let's have
Elminster's a fucking walking plot hole because, like, technically he would have Eddie. He would be prepared for him. He's like the fucking magical Batman of Forgotten Realms. He got killed in one of the novels, and he returned as like a swirling magical form of dust that possessed a drow elf.
What?
Yeah.
There you go, man.
After he possessed the drow elf, like I guess he was in that form for a while, and then he eventually, I don't know, he came back to
It's a
life.
fucking plot shit, man. Why would I want to kill somebody that's gonna come back somehow as a raccoon?
It's a raccoon.
Yeah, and cast like an epic spell on me, man. I'm like, why is this raccoon? He's casting
Fucking with Doctor Strange.
Nigga gonna hit that raccoon. So
I'll have, what do they call it? You know, the good thing about Faerun though is that you could have like magical duels that you can go all out, but not really kill each other. So that's pretty cool.
But even he has villain. Even I mean, there are villains even on his level. Like Elminster wouldn't even fuck with.
Oh, like Larlock.
Warlock. Yeah, that's one.
Larlock.
Oh, there's people that even know Minster wouldn't fuck with.
There's a
Larlock.
there's a lot of things Elminster won't fuck with. He's powerful, but you got to think like, you know, for every someone like him out there, there's gonna be two or three. There's gonna be like 2 or 3 evil ones just like him as well.
Larlock, Szaztam, the Creeping Doom. I could name them all. Son. Maybe Szaztam he'll fuck with, but
you know a lot. You know more than I do.
He's killed. He's killed Manchu 20 million times. With like Manchu's got that. Manchu's got that stasis clone going for him, so like he keeps coming back.
Got that altered carbon shit going on.
Yeah, but Manchu is decent. He ain't no Larlock. Larlock could have been like, y'all niggas is bugging. I'm taking over all these clones.
Manchu's not. I know He's just Manchu's just a survivor. So like he gets his ass kicked by Elminster all the goddamn time. Actually, Manchu was the one that finally killed him. Actually.
Larlock is like
he was the one that actually finally got Elminster killed, and then.
All right, Lewis, let's continue now. We getting off topic. You get me talking about evil niggas, and you know how I get with that.
All right, Lewis. I'm also casting heroic to get improved initiative.
So he's a success.
I'm waiting to make a bad guy.
I don't know if Elminster came back. He wasn't really successful. Almost called him a successful villain.
Oh shit! I just farted. So good.
And on the level 1 spells, the efficacious perception and eyes of the Avoro. How long shield last? How long that spell shield last? I haven't cast that in forever.
Shield for you?
It's like a minute per level, right?
Yeah, that should have lasted like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'll cast shield also. Why not?
What the hell?
Is there like a main spell? You know, any of the melee people want it, cast it? That they need for a combo?
Not really.
How about you, Valente? Is there a feat that you need, a fighter's feat?
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same. I don't need to type that one out. It's the same. First of all, increased blockade, combat readiness, that's the same. Okay. Level 2 is radiance times 2.
I guess shield sling.
Shield sling? All right. Your wish has been granted.
He said, "Shield skill, just like
Is that the one? Is that the one that you throw your shield?
Yeah.
What about shield skill,
Plus
just
5
like
shield.
Cap?"
Plus 5 shield. Do you put that thing that Cynthia has against undead sacred relic on the shield also? Never know.
Yeah.
Be like 10d4 undead damage.
Shield skill.
All right, Lewis. So he's casting heroic twice.
I'm waiting for the seat of Thanos.
Prove initiative on Claudius and shield sling on Valena. Should I type it out? So I'll type it out.
Yeah, type it out.
Nigga said, "Dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives."
I hope they remember you.
Yo, Tony, oh my God, you know he's dead. So when that nigga says, "Listen, you did a good job fighting for your people. I hope they remember you."
You ripped Tony's arm off. That much we already know.
Nah, that was just the armor. It was his arm.
No, his arm is missing.
No, it ain't. I didn't see that.
Yo, go back and look at the trailer where he's putting his glasses on. That one hand is made completely of mechanical parts. And then when you look at I can show you a clip of him in the trailer where you only see the mechanical part of the suit on the same arm that looked like it was made out of metal where he's putting his glasses on.
No,
But the rest of him is visible.
I want to see surprise. I'm not gonna say nothing. I just want to see it.
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
I think it's Thanos.
I think what happens is in the initial fight, Tony loses his arm, and then they make it back to Earth. I think his arm is gone, bro. It's gone.
And then you got Doctor Strange. Then they get this through the reverse time on the arm.
No, it must have been like when probably towards the end of the movie, because you know damn well that Doctor Strange loses the Time Stone because Ebony Maw has that nigga locked up, son. Watch the trailer. Ebony Maw got that nigga bagged up, so he's losing his stone. And then Corvus Glaive took the stone from fucking Vision. And all that leaves is, oh yeah, and on the Lego box set, one of the toys gave it away that there's a machine in the Wakanda set that has the Soul Stone in it. So apparently the Soul Stone is in Wakanda. Everybody was right about that. So all the stones are pretty much in the same place except for
the one that's those people have.
The reality stone is the one that's over. The Collector still has that. That's the only stone that's not on Earth.
He's just gonna take it from the Collector.
Right.
Or if anything, the Collector got it for him.
No, Collector is the Collector.
That's what he originally got. He originally was collecting for Thanos.
I think that in the very beginning of the movie, the first people to get freed up is pretty much Thor. I think Loki's gonna betray all of them. And he's gonna hand the Tesseract over to
yeah, Loki's gonna give it to him. You know, Loki's gonna do what he gotta do to survive.
Yeah, he's gonna hand the Tesseract over, but he's gonna hand it over to. I'm just curious how the hell did Thor get away? Because you know that's why Thanos' worship at the end of Ragnarok. And it looked like this nigga fucking Corvus Glaive is stepping over Asgardian bodies. So apparently they killed everybody on the ship. All the Asgardians are extinct now. Thor's probably the last one left.
You're missing
Loki joined fucking the Black Order, son.
Black Order.
He handed over that Tesseract the minute fucking Thanos showed up. Like, give me that shit, nigga. He's like, okay. And that shit.
Loki, bitch.
What else was he gonna do? Get bodied like the rest of them?
Hell yeah, nigga, go out fighting like Thor
would.
You saw Thor's head gripped like a fucking basketball in that fucking trailer?
Yeah, Loki didn't want them problems.
Loki didn't want no smoke, son. That nigga was like, shit, I'm good, bro. Here, take the Tesseract, son. Thor grabbed fucking Thanos, grabbed that Tesseract, cracked that shit, took the stone out, put that stone in his fucking knuckle, walked off. Let me go get this Power Stone right quick. Went to Xandar, bodied all the fucking Nova Corps, took the Power Stones. Like, let me go to Earth right quick. Collecting these shits like fucking Easter eggs, nigga. It's over. Corvus Glaive yanked that shit out of Vision's head. Vision on the floor like, no, Rhodes, help me. was like, "Fuck you, fucking being paralyzed, bitch."
Yeah, that shit was funny.
There's one 7th level that you don't have prepared for Claudius.
Oh, I'm missing a 7th level?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I'm just glad somebody's humbling Doctor Strange. Because ever since Thor
It
Ragnarok,
looks like one of them on the Black Order is a magic user. Is that what it is?
Ebony Maw, he's a telepath. Mm-hmm. And even in the comics, the first person he targets is Doctor Strange. He's like, oh, let me whisper sweet fucking. He basically corrupted him, made him like think that there was like a way that he could fix everything by like getting these dark secrets, and it was really fucking Ebony Maw manipulating his mind into telling him where the rest of the stones are. Ebony Maw has that like a Doctor Strange body, and I think it's about time because people were like talking too much shit after fucking Thor Ragnarok. Oh, Doctor Strange, you saw what he did to Loki. He's doing that to gods. Man, he's gonna be OP. Man, fuck all that shit. That trailer, he was fucking yoked up like, no! Like Ebony Maw was like, shh, give me a stone. Shh, get freed up, nigga. Everybody's getting a spanking in this movie.
I can't wait to see Hulk versus Thanos, son. Even though Thanos is gonna body him, the Hulk. Come on, man, come on.
I think the only place that they may win. Nah, I can't even say they're gonna win there. I was gonna say Wakanda, because in the comic books, when Black Dwarf attacked Wakanda, they bust his ass. They sent him running. It looks like in the movie when Black Dwarf attacks fucking Wakanda. Because I'm telling you right now, everybody already knows Bruce Banner is in that fucking Hulkbuster armor. So you gotta figure whatever goes to Wakanda has to be strong enough, because all the Outriders go there. It has to be strong to take on all the Wakandans. You saw Black Panther, if you're taking on the full might of Wakanda, you saw Wakanda in Civil War, okay? You saw a divided Wakanda fighting. Imagine a unified Wakanda. Whatever the fucking force is, has to take on a unified Wakanda plus Black Panther plus fucking Hulk plus fucking Captain America, all the motherfucking heroes that's there. So if Bruce Banner is inside the fucking the Hulkbuster armor, there's no other person who would be in it, I think. And something is strong enough to force him to Hulk out while even in that armor, it has to be Black Dwarf. It has to be someone physically strong enough to fuck up that armor and make him Hulk out. Because the armor was made to fight Hulk. It's not like it's like this little pussy armor. You know what I mean? Like, it can take some hits. But then again, we also see in the trailer that there's like a forest in that scene where Cap is on his knees trying to hold back Thanos' hand from crushing him. The background of that scene, it looks like it's daylight and it looks like it's like foresty or like green in the background. So it gives me the impression that that's in the same scene of Wakanda. So if Thanos shows up at Wakanda himself, maybe it's not Black Dwarf that does it. Maybe it's Thanos himself that does it.
All right, Lewis. Reverse gravity, man.
Okay. This movie's gonna be godlike. I cannot wait.
I need to see that first night.
You didn't see his shit first night with your 2 fucking sons. Your ass gonna be home babysitting, nigga.
First night.
You home babysitting, bro. Don't even talk that shit. Your life is done, son.
No. I'm get Maggie somebody.
Me and the rest of the niggas
on.
single.
I'm gonna go on.
Our first night, like
I'm okay, no, man.
You home with the kids.
I'm gonna go on babysitter.com or something. I'm gonna find somebody.
Chill family, man. Chill family guy. You home, Peter Griffin. You got this couch for the night, nigga. I live it up for you. Don't worry about it. I live it up for you. Bro.
No.
I got
That's
you.
That's not happening.
I'll send you pictures on Snap. I got you.
Not in this lifetime. That's gonna happen.
You and Ricky and Mike gonna be the first row throw popcorn talking bad shit. You gonna be your home playing Overwatch getting mad. God damn it, how I missed that scatter shot! Fuck!
That's funny.
Oh, man.
Scared.
Oh, my God.
Over would say so.
That movie is so good, son. I think I may just get some pussy that night. I mean, I don't know. Go out there with a T-shirt with Cap's face on it.
Okay, arcane sight.
Says, "I hope they remember you" on the back. Yo, I don't want Cap to die, man. I want him to live.
Nobody wants Cap to die.
You know, I hear mad people saying they want Cap to die. Mad
Hey,
people. Are you kidding me?
No, they gonna kill him.
Everybody's saying they want him to go. I'm like, Tony should be the one to go.
Extended.
Niggas defending Tony Stark mad hard. I'm like, fuck y'all.
Was that with the rod? These are extended with the rod. Okay.
but oh wait. I think I made a mistake because I duplicated heroic.
Yeah, I say that. I saw that. I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, like I said, it's like from before. Let me see. It's only 3 that I could extend. So, let me see. Well, the level 1 spells I got Pearl of Power, so those I can always recast. So we'll focus on the level 2, level 3 spells. So we'll do it on the Improve Initiative on Velatinum's Shield Sling, Extend, and what's the other one? And Eyes of, excuse me, not that one, the other one, Battle Magic Perception.
Okay.
Wait, did I even cast Battle Magic Perception? It's not even in the list. All right, Louis, I'm gonna cast that spell too. Battle Magic Perception,
I
okay?
see it on the list.
It's in the list? I don't even see it. I'm freaking blind.
I see various telepathic bound also.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So those 3. Battle Magic Perception and the 2 heroic spells for the extension. The other ones, they're not extended. I think I only have one of extension.
Wait, where's various?
Wait, let me check what characters. I might have 2. I might have 2 rods of extension.
Here's battle magic. So wait, you did it on both the heroics and battle magic perception?
Right.
Okay. So that's battle magic perception.
Okay. Insight.
Nigga, can we start moving? At least it's all about
Getting the buffs on. This is what happens when you fucking play 18th level characters.
Nigga, we get the buffs on, whatever. Let's go. Hold on, mental was moving. Let's go, guys.
Trying to get all the buffs on. Relax.
All right, get the buffs on.
You're the one that's teamed up with fucking 20 spellcasters.
What you mean? First off,
the spellcasters is the one keeping these parties alive.
Right.
Otherwise, this battle we're about to get into wouldn't last more than a round or 2.
Casting daylight and shit.
Yeah, this is just
we're
a
about
party. Imagine the fucking enemy.
We're going after the cage rides themselves, which are all like level. I remember from Cynthia's research, they were all like level 23 plus. Some of the spellcasters too.
You're basically going to fight the Akatsuki.
We're about to fight epic people now. Damn, what you always wanted to do.
About time.
We're fighting epic characters. The cage rides I think are epic. So don't be surprised if you see them doing some epic shit.
You know, like throwing, like calling the moon out from space and throwing it at you.
Lewis.
Yeah. Why don't I see?
I noticed an arcane sight doesn't last that long. Instead of battle magic perception, put that extend on the arcane sight, which only lasts 1 minute per caster level. So it'll last me at least a good 1 hour. Okay.
All right.
I didn't realize arcane sight only lasted a minute per caster level.
Why don't I see Rarius telepath?
Oh yeah, I casted that also. Rarest telepathy. Just now.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I couldn't find it on the. I see it now.
It's on the level 5th wizard spell. I prepare it.
I kept glancing. Kept looking.
How many people can I have now? Did it increase when I got levels?
Yeah, your cast level's like 25th.
It's 25, right? Cast level 25. Because I could probably add people from Cauldron, like Jenya.
I think you can.
Yeah. And maybe we could add, if one other person is allowed, maybe we could add whoever Valenum left in charge from his organization as well.
Oh, you're talking about
one willing creature per 3 levels, so 8 creatures.
8 creatures? All right. So the team here is 6, right? We're 6?
You plus 1 willing creature. So you plus 8 others.
Oh, me plus 8 other people?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, man. Those levels. Man, before I had to like choose who was part of the club or not. Now I can include everyone.
So I think it's 5 with another 3.
So I could add another 3. All right. So Yenya and who's your top dog, Valentum, that you want to add from your organization?
Nehemiah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add do I got any important people that I
Mirathon.
Who?
Wasn't Mirathon the other one?
Oh yeah, Marathon. Yes, Marathon. There we go.
All right, man. Cast Witch Spell. You forgot about him.
No, Marathon. No, Marathon is the top dog. Also, I forgot about him. Can't forget about him. These are what those people call the bards.
The Harpers.
The Harper.
There we go, Harper.
Right,
yeah, you know.
The Harper.
Look at me and Lewis both said a knowledge check. Harper.
Harper.
He said knowledge check.
Mental was like
Harper.
the Harpers. No, they've never heard of them.
Yeah, Lewis got to forgive me. I'm not too much into Forgotten Realms lore. He is though, in the man. And you too, actually. You know a lot about villains. I'm surprised.
I know, nigga. What? I read that handbook every day. I'm like, let me check out.
I'm just here in the Forgotten Realms campaign because I'm playing with my boys. That's about it.
What about Fazal? What about Fazal Charbuncle?
No idea who that is.
Fazal Chamberlain, whatever the fuck his name is. Nigga's a cleric of Bane. Was a cleric of Cyric at one point. Only because Bane was dead and he lost his powers. Nigga came back. Bane. Yeah, that's right, nigga. Bane died. He said, yo, I gotta go with this nigga real quick because you know my nigga's dead. And he was like,
Alright, that should be all the buffs.
Lewis knows.
All the buffs.
Yo, we're like in Bankai state right now.
Bankai. Been true to me. You can feel when you're holding eyes, want to see.
They need to stop fronting and animate those remaining episodes.
I thought they were.
Yeah. At least Dragon Ball Super is still gonna continue. Like Did you guys see the newest episode? Or I can't say nothing.
No. I'm not seen it. Probably not gonna see it till next week.
I haven't even started it though.
That nigga Jiren reveals he's really villainous. Yeah, he balled it though. This nigga's like a
Of course
great
he
man
is. He
watcher.
fucking revealed that before.
Nah, he wasn't a villain. He's not. Nobody is really considered a villain when you're fighting for the survival of the universe. How could you be a villain?
I'm talking about his motivation.
You don't know what his motivation is.
They just fucking said it there.
What's his motivation, Louis? Explain it to me. Don't squint, nigga. I want to hear it. Yeah, okay, thank you. That's all. You ain't gotta say nothing else.
His motivation. He doesn't because he doesn't fight for anything. He only fights to be the strongest because he's pissed off at the entire fucking. He's mad.
Yeah,
mad at reality itself. He wants to fucking be as strong as fuck. Just he's spiteful.
So that means you're a
he's
villain
fucking spiteful. Is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying it's not like he doesn't have a reason to be. But like he's on a he's curled his hair. I don't know, man. He's on a fucking. To me, he's on a path that's just it's gonna lead into a void of nothingness. Like that's all.
Don't matter. So
there's no light at the end of his fucking tunnel. Is what I'm saying.
He's not a villain.
He's
Let's
a villain.
start. Let's start.
Who's now? Who you talking about?
Talking about Jiren.
He's not your typical villain, but he's a villain.
Well, I think everyone in the
He's an
situation is
anti-villain.
fighting for. They're fighting.
He's an anti-villain.
Fighting for the survival of the universe. So technically, no one's
That's
a
what I
villain
just
here.
said.
But if we're talking about who has a better moral compass, who has better reasons for why they're doing what they're doing, I would say both Goku and Jiren are pretty much almost on even par.
I ain't gonna lie
Out
to
of
you.
everyone there, believe it or not, Vegeta's the only person with a real clear and moral reason for like why.
Fighting for his family.
Right, he's fighting for his
But
family.
Vegeta,
And then you have
He
like
made
17
17
who's
Krillin.
fighting for like the earth and like trying to protect the wildlife there.
his family.
You know, his family. 18, I don't know why 18, not 18, 17. I don't know why 17 originally did it for the money, honestly. Like,
No, she was protecting her
18.
daughter.
17.
No, he's talking about 18. No, 18.
No, 18,
17
18.
I was say
he's talking about 18.
18 originally did it for the
everybody's
money.
there. Everybody's there to Krillin, Andrew.
Krillin
No,
was
18.
doing it because of nostalgia.
They don't want
He wanted to prove something
He
to
said because
himself.
of this stuff.
Gohan's trying to wake up his fighting instinct.
Gohan wants to protect his family too, though.
Yeah, I guess.
They got
No.
multiple reasons to be in the
Yeah.
tournament, but ultimately,
No.
like, it's the end of their universes. They fucking
Frieza's
fail,
not really
so.
there for moral reasons.
Yeah, Frieza's
When
definitely.
Goku thinks about why he's fighting, Goku's fighting because he just likes to fight.
No,
He
but
done this
Frieza's
tournament
there
whether
for
the universe was
resurrection.
on the line or not.
Right.
Jiren,
They
on the
hated
other
it.
hand, he's obsessed with the idea of strength and weakness in the universe. And he believes that strength is the absolute personification of justice. He's only
Right.
fighting
He's
for
a-
an ideal.
he-
There's no emotionality behind it.
Yeah, he's the type that won't support weakness. Like, he won't. He's
He
not.
he believes he's a defender of the weak. Period. Like
I didn't get that from
as
him.
far as
I didn't get
he's
that from him.
concerned.
I got from him that what I got from him is that he despises weakness because it turned its back. He realized that people's weakness is what turned their backs on him. So now he's obsessed with power because it's
That's not what I got from him.
because it's the only truth to the universe in his eyes. Like, it's the only thing that matters.
Maybe I would get
Because
that.
he said friendship doesn't. He's like, my friends that I gained, like, they don't matter. He said they don't matter to him.
Yeah, but that's
Just
not
raw
that's what
power.
he said. But that's not what his original like backstory showed. His
He
original
did fight for
backstory
justice at
showed
first,
that,
but he moved away from that after he got fucking played out by people who were supposed to support him, and they didn't.
Lois.
They backed out because they were too fucking scared to fight.
right.
So
That's basically what it was, though. It was. I think like he cared.
So he was like, all right, you backed out because you all felt like you were too weak. He's like, well, I don't feel like I'm weak. I don't, if weakness is what made you turn your back, then I don't believe in weakness anymore. Like, I don't.
I think he cares about people. He feels like all right. He wouldn't have chose to be a hero because he's a hero of his planet. He fights for justice. It's not like he's a villain. He doesn't go around bodying people who are weak. He's protecting all of them. So my thing that I got away from
he
it,
didn't
my
say that either.
takeaway, but that's what he's doing with his life. That's what he does in his universe.
Because he just happens to be in a position of power.
Yeah, but he's not like he doesn't rule his world. He just
doesn't
fights
rule
the
his
crime
universe.
in his universe. That's it.
He's trying to gain power, but he's not trying to use the power over others. There's a difference.
I'm not even saying, I don't think he's trying to gain power. It's not like not gaining powers and I'm gonna go out and do things to become powerful, like gain artifacts and stuff like that.
I'm saying like he's
training and everything.
He's being strong and powerful for the sake of being strong and powerful, because to him that's the only truth in the universe that's actually stood on its
right. That's what. So it's not a matter of sentimentality for him. Like for him, I don't think it's like, oh well, I'm mad at.
It's the only thing that hasn't.
It's the only thing that he knows is a constant.
Yeah, it's a constant. It's the only thing that hasn't betrayed.
Like the one thing that I got from my takeaway of those situations with him and his friends that happened was that he was sad, not at his friends, but he was sad that like they weren't powerful enough to right the wrong, and only he was the one left. So he was basically what I got from him was like the only person I could depend on is myself.
Yeah.
Because no one else has that
that's
same
part of
drive.
that's part of his backstory too.
Right.
So that's why when Toppo lost, he shit all over him.
Right.
Man hard.
Yeah, he definitely did. Shit all over Topo, like, you piece of shit.
Right.
That nigga
Like,
said, I commend you for beating Topo. Topo, you ass, my nigga.
he even said it. He's like he happened to get. He said he just happened to make. He just happened to have friends that looked up to him. Well, I mean, they at least whatever term he used. He happened to gain people to follow him because of his strength. It's not like he asked for it. They're like,
Right.
this guy's powerful and he's not a villain in our universe. He's just busting everybody's ass that tries to step up. Like somebody like Frieza. Oh, I'm gonna take over the universe. And if Frieza was his universe, he would have busted his ass and then meditated, waited around for the next motherfucker that they wants to. But if you're a good guy and you're using your power to you're not using it to try and beat anyone's ass other than evil. Like he's like he has no beef with you. There's no reason because like
it seems like he's only beating up evil people in his universe.
It just seems that way because evil people are the only ones that are like looking to get on top. They're looking to like step on somebody's head to get on top. So he's always fucking up evil people in his universe. So they think everybody oh, you fight for justice. No, not really. He's fighting because he wants to be powerful. He doesn't give a shit what he said. He doesn't care about justice. He doesn't care about any of that. It just so happens that like good.
Justice is strength. Strength is absolute.
Yeah,
Justice is strength.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know where you're coming from with this.
Justice is strength. I must be his own form of justice.
Justice is strength, and justice is absolute. Because strength is absolute. That's what he says.
Right.
Justice is strength, and strength is
he's the leader of an entire organization. All they believe in is justice.
So he's got it. So he just twisted it around. To him,
he's like lawful neutral to like the absolute. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't even respect gods. He just respects strength.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
saying. He's twisted it around.
He
respects strength, and it is because of strength that you can deliver justice.
Right. That's the only
Instead of the other way around, which is if you believe in justice, you can gain your strength through that, which is what a good guy would.
Jiren is a good guy.
He's not evil.
I'm not saying he's evil.
He's not good. He's not like, I guess.
No, and then being a villain doesn't necessarily mean
neither is Goku.
I mean, if you want to call him an anti-villain, you can call him that.
But then again, neither is Goku. Goku's motivations aren't about good or evil right now. Like, legit, he just fights because he just likes to fight. Like, it's not. I mean, with him, he's not obsessed with strength. He's not obsessed with power. He's obsessed with
just challenges and getting stronger.
That's it. You know what I mean? That's not either good or bad. Any evil person can have that same motivation too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, the only good person here is people who are like fighting for other people. Where Vegeta was on his like last legs, he thought about the people he's fighting for. When Goku was on his last legs, he just thought about the people he was fighting with. Like that was it.
Like, blew up. He said, "This motherfucker Goku. Where's Chi-Chi in his memories? Where's his kids? This motherfucker only thinks about the people he's fighting with." Legit, yo. He even had Frieza in his mind, like, oh, Frieza.
Yo, you look at his full. When you look at Goku,
I'm like, yo, why is Frieza in your memories? Like he's fucking cheering you on. Goku.
Yo, go back and look at Goku's full memory sequence.
Oh my god.
You don't see no family in there.
There's no family.
No family, no friends. Only the niggas he fought with. That's it. If you didn't throw a punch next to this nigga on the battlefield, you wouldn't die in this nigga's mind. And he's on his last legs. He's on his deathbed. He could die right now. His last thoughts, the niggas he fought with. That's it. That's it. He reminds me of those people that like go and fight for like the armed forces and then never come back home mentally. When they with their family and shit, all they talk about is like.
Look at Vegeta. Vegeta, when he was
about their whole unit.
Yeah. You can probably want those people.
This is why Vegeta's a real character. The nigga was knocked out and he heard his girl, he heard Bulma say, "You gotta get up, get up." He said, "Yo, let me sleep." He said, "He woke up, right." Let me sleep. He realized where he was at. That's how you know he think about that.
There was a bit of a meta. There was a bit of meta in there because I think they did that in like honor of the voice actress because she passed away.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So basically, those are the last voice lines you're ever gonna hear from Bulma from that voice actress.
Damn.
So,
how she died?
She had some kind of condition with her. It wasn't a.
Man, niggas is just dying from my child.
Yo, they should have made it. They should have made DBZ super darker. They should
I
have
looked it
Bulma
up. It
actually
was
die.
like I don't know if it was a heart attack. It was something that she had that caused the heart attack. I can't remember.
They should have made DBZ dark and have Bulma actually die.
Damn. Fucked up.
Yo, Vegeta would be godlike,
Yo,
son.
Vegeta would be fucking.
Single father Vegeta.
Nigga,
Oh, ping, nigga. Yo, single father Vegeta would not
They
have
got the
lost.
fucking Dragon Balls. Ain't nobody stayed that long.
Yo, single father Vegeta would have probably beat Jiren, nigga. He'd have probably been so mad he'd have beat Jiren.
People will come back unless you're Zen and you just erase people from fucking existence. People will come back.
I thought if you get killed in the afterlife, you can't come back.
Yo,
They did say
established
that.
that
I think they did say that. They said if you get
You
killed in
starting
the
moving now.
afterlife,
Yeah,
can't.
because they teleported
Yeah.
Cell to the afterlife. And if you blew up there, he might have been dead. Drunk.
That's what's over there.
Yeah, you know, he's moving.
Oh
Trying to see what's
shit!
moving.
Let me fucking damn quit moving so fast.
We got traps.
Might,
We got traps.
yeah, you might hit a trap that majors dysfunction in the entire body.
You know what? I got Claudius with the counter. Claudius is ready with the counter spell.
Yeah, but you leaving Claudius far behind.
Claudius is he's only 30 feet behind me, son.
I don't know, not to jinx myself, but Claudius hasn't failed a single trap, check yet.
Yeah, that's
traps
the
don't
just
mean
dodge after his superior reflex.
I mean, I would have to build a trap like an encounter for it to like.
I don't know, so if you got an epic level artificer.
Claudius.
I mean, well, because Dungeons game it had rules and stuff to like make traps that could even challenge high level characters, but the rules and mechanics for it were set in a way where like the whole trap becomes an encounter in and of itself, and it has like you could raise DCs in the 50s and you could have it where it can be destroyed in other ways, like maybe you have to physically actually attack it. Maybe, it's like a series of traps all put together. And it's just like it's crazy. I would have to build it like an entire encounter instead of the way the traps are now.
It's like a DC, and that's it.
It's like a DC. If you fail it and you spring the stats are right there. It's like, oh, everybody has to roll a reflex to take damage at the end. Like nothing.
Almost like a spell effect.
Yeah.
I'll have to say that.
But with the encounter traps, it was like a statue that comes to life. Not comes to life, a statue with arms that move around, and this arm does candy magic, this arm fucking like buzzsaw, and you can't. The only way to disarm it is to like jump on its back. And, like it's like a whole crazy thing. Meanwhile, the room is like shooting fucking fire and spheres continuously back and forth. It's like a whole
so you gotta
fucking
keep on rolling checks while trying to
It's like a whole encounter.
Yo,
It's like multiple.
I've been craving. You know that strawberry shortcake ice cream, son? The strawberry shortcake's like that ice cream bar with the fucking the red and white.
Yeah, those strawberry shortcake ice cream.
I've been thinking about those shits for like 15 days straight. I haven't eaten one yet. Every day I wake up like, one day.
They have them in Target. I saw them.
Yeah, I see them shits everywhere. I'm like,
just add some ice cream now.
What I've been craving, even though I've never tasted it before, is Good Humor makes them also. I think it's called birthday cake, but I don't see them anywhere.
Since you said birthday cake, what you craving?
Oh no, birthday cake. I gone everywhere and I can't find that flavor. They don't make them no more. I don't know.
All right, I'm craving penny about that. All right, let's roll over here. Where's the door to this place?
This is funny. Characters come to the ruins of Shatterhorn seeking to eliminate the cage rights. The journey to the ruins should pose little threat to high-level PCs, especially if they use greater teleport to travel there. This book already knew how fucking characters were gonna get there. This shit was just like...
Oh, teleport?
Yeah, it said the journey to the ruins should pose little threat to high-level PCs, especially if they use greater teleport to travel there.
You probably would listen to the assignment, right? Okay, 3 weeks passed, guys. Okay, let's start.
Metro walks in. Hello? Is anyone here? Hello?
So before you is a 200-foot...
Mortals be walking shit.
Before you is a 200-foot tall spire of jagged rock. It stands in a rough clearing, and it completely dwarfs the surrounding trees. It's so fucking 200 feet tall. Some great force has split the rock into 3 sections, forming deep clefts. Around the base of the cleft spire, someone has built a 1-story stone keep. Many of the keep's walls have collapsed, and a thick shroud of fog envelops the structure. The lone, shrill cry of a baboon echoes in the desolation of this dreary place. So there's an eerie, non-magical fog that's engulfing the keep. It reaches about a height of 20 feet before you can see that thins out. Anybody within the fog right now has concealment against any attacks more than 10 feet away. The area seems to have frequent rain because all the surfaces are slick and damp. The ground is wet or muddy. A single-story stone keep surrounds Shatterhorn. That large 200 jagged. That's what's called Shatterhorn. Most of the keep's mortared walls remain intact, but its entire roof structure has collapsed. So it exposes various rooms and corridors to the open sky. Some of its thick walls have collapsed as well, leaving behind heaps of rubble, which is difficult terrain, so moving through any rubble squares is going to cost 2 squares of movement. It seems over the years, assorted denizens have cleared the debris from the rooms to create lairs for themselves over time. Obviously, countless adventurers have plundered the keep as well, as indicated by the research that Cynthia and Claudius had, was looking into in order to find the location of this place. Apparently, adventurers were drawn here because of false rumors of dragon hordes hidden within the ruins. You notice serpentine bas reliefs carved on the inside walls. Although the heavy rain has eroded a lot of the finer works of this place. As you recall, these ruins was once a temple to the Yuan-Ti god, Mershal. So Yuan-Ti had once inhabited this area, but they're not. Obviously, they haven't been here for a long time. Stone basins built into the floor that once served as their baths are just murky pools of water. And there's decrepit wooden doors that bear rusted iron hinges and handles shaped like serpents and dragons. Some of the floor stones bear chiseled Yuan-Ti inscriptions. Clear that you're not going to find much. It's clear that a treasure hunter is not going to find shit around here because the ruins have most likely been picked clean. Although there's an occasional rusted armor or weapon fragment here or there.
Claudius, you see anything suspicious with your magical sight? I'll look as well.
Right, boy. Check out the Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight.
Oh man, I always wanted to recreate that weapon in D&D. That's like one of my favorite weapons of all time.
Well, holla at Tusk.
Sword of Omens. Oh yeah, he's a master weapon crafter.
Yeah, especially swords.
Give me sight beyond sight. Thundercat.
Motherfucker, that shit. That weapon would give insight bonus.
Clairvoyance.
True seeing.
Clairvoyance 3 times per day.
Clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance.
Call his cohorts as well.
So he summons with that shit? Damn.
Yeah, he like his
You
core
motherfucker
is
got an
very
artifact weapon. That's what that is.
It extends
it's,
too, so you gotta put the.
oh, and it's a bastard sword that
Got the
also
size on
functions
it.
as a short sword. So if you're proficient with a short sword, you're proficient with that. You know, like the sun sword that they have,
Oh
that
shit.
it counts as a
Yeah.
short sword and bastard sword. I think that's a weapon like that also. Since if you're proficient in either bastard sword or short sword, you can use that weapon.
It has to be at least +3. At least +3.
Lou, last mechanic shit. Those 2 extension that I did on the on the on the heroic spells, scratch that because those spells last a long time. I'm gonna preserve those 2 extension on the rod. I'm only gonna extend just arcane sight, so you know that. Okay?
All right.
Yeah, I'd rather use those on the communal resistance later on because they don't last that long. Those spells. Claudius is drinking an elixir of. Might as well take advantage of the what was it that you said that we have concealment. Might as well take advantage of that. Claudius is gonna drink an elixir of hiding. It lasts 1 hour. I think it gives him what +10, +20 to stealth.
The elixir of hiding. I think it's like
Yes.
+10, something like that.
Plus,
Crazy like
oh, here it is. Yeah, +10 competence bonus to stealth for 1 hour. So he's drinking one of those right now. And he's looking around, make sure that nothing out of the ordinary doesn't stand out, magical or mundane, with his very acute, keen eyesight that every monk in the universe, and not you, I'm just talking about other monks. What's your perception now, Meswa?
that. Wait. Which elixir?
Elixir of hiding. I got 3 of them.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about another one. I was like, what? I misheard. Okay.
No, I don't have another
But I
elixir.
think there's one.
Elixir?
I think there's an elixir. I know there's one for stealth. Is there one for perception? I think.
Oh, there is perception. No, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Maybe.
There's another elixir. It was like the same thing. It was like a +10 competence bonus. There's skill. I can't remember which one.
It probably would have stacked with Claudius' spells.
It's competence bonus.
Oh, competence it would. Oh,
Yeah, competence.
Yeah, gotta look into that. So I could raise my 36 to 46.
I know competence.
Perception of the
Well,
god.
yeah. No, competence doesn't obviously stack with itself, but the very few things give a competence bonus. So if you come upon it, definitely stack.
Like this elixir right here.
How long does the elixir last?
It lasts 1 hour.
Hour.
Yep. It's actually one of the first things you gave us when we were like.
I know.
1 to 2. And then we ran out. Well, Claudius ran out, and then like just recently, a couple of levels ago, I bought a few of them. I'm like, yo, I remember these were very helpful. You gotta go back to the basics sometimes. I put them to good use. Stacked up with
those things are
invincibility, man.
things are cheap too.
Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah. Are they considered mundane or magical?
They're magical.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they're magical. You need like a craft wondrous item for those.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was like some alchemy type stuff.
All right. Yeah, your characters are free to wander.
Lead the Claudius goes to the late number. Lead the way, Sir Knight. I'll be your eyes. For now, we stick together. We're in unfamiliar territories.
That's War's moving silently, Lewis.
stealth.
You know. Nigga, open this up. Let me see something. Yeah, that's right.
Now, before we go in the middle, let's secure the perimeter first.
Okay.
Do we have that mind link connect thing?
Yeah.
All right, good. So you guys know what I'm seeing. Well, I'm telling you what I'm saying.
And before we go in the middle, let's secure the perimeter.
Okay.
Because that way we can make sure we're not, gonna get surrounded and ambushed.
All right, Lewis, how tall
Nobody
are
out
these
here is
walls?
gonna follow us in to close us in.
How tall are these walls, Lewis? Actually, you know what? I'll just go back the way I came.
How tall are these walls?
Yeah.
About 15 to 20 feet high in most places.
Okay, that's not that bad, but I'm gonna go back the way I came. That way I don't niggas don't see me climbing.
Raise
Okay.
Let's go over
The door is right here. He's gonna take a peek down this hallway, but probably nothing. Why ain't the rest of the party moving? Y'all niggas is just chilling, huh?
Oh, right.
Niggas is just over there in the same spot. Like,
So you're moving.
what does Valena see right here? Because I'm right behind this wall.
How does the weave feel around here? No disruption that parties could detect?
The weave?
That magic zones, the weave, or after
you don't
guys go to.
you don't sense any wild magic or dead zones
Okay, or
anything damaging to the weave or anything strange with it.
Okay, good. Especially any we were able to teleport in here, so no anti-teleportation barrier. Hopefully, that could work. That could work both ways, though.
The drama's like, be on guard. It's not split up too far apart. This being the layer of the cage rights, we have to expect the worst.
All right, while they're right there, I'm gonna. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's wait. What do we see? Louis Mentor is gonna go right here. Take a peek down here. What's going on? Move silently, of course. And stuff, whatever they call it.
You can make out
What can I make out, nigga? I'm moving back.
he said,
What can I make out?
wait a second. Alright, your perception sense. You sense there you sense there's
A disturbance in the force. Sorry.
you do sense a disturbance. There's a disturbance in the
Nijram, are you feeling this? We both connected to the holy power.
deeper inside these ruins and above in the air you can sense living creatures as if there's some large creatures flying around.
Large, I can feel large niggas flying around. Why don't I see them is the question. Are they invisible?
We're outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can hear them. You haven't spotted one yet. When you do, it's
Don't tell us yet.
I'm saying when you do, you'll be able to make it out. It's like I said, the whole place has concealment, unless you decide to fly up like
No, we can.
like
Look,
30 feet up in the air. There's no roofs. There's no roof to these ruins. The roof to this building is completely caved in. So.
Wait a second. So Cynthia goes, if the roof to this place is caved in, How does it deal with bad weather? She asked that of Zino because Zino's the one with like
The survival.
survival and all that stuff. She asked Zino about the weather in this location. Does there ever rain here? Does there ever snow here? Any like winds?
Zino,
I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it.
Zino can easily tell that the place sees
I guess.
frequent rain.
Lewis, I'm right here. What's going on?
Hold on, relax. All right.
I'm not too far from the team.
Roll a perception.
This nigga.
This guy is dying so bad to show off his super monk ability.
I'm not dying to show off anything, nigga. I'm the scout because I'm the scout.
You know, actually, I make a pretty
I'm
good
the scout that can never get hit.
But,
So
you want a scout that has problems with niggas hitting him, right? That's me.
I'm a scout that could turn invisible with a stealth of like plus 60 right now if I wanted to.
I got a 47.
You need backup, man? I could scout with you. It reminds me of me and Kai used to do it. Me and Kai used to scout back in the day.
Yeah, but Kai wasn't scouting. He was just standing next to you.
Kyle wasn't even a scout though. He was just fucking there.
Yeah,
he was just there.
I was the one that had to like open.
He was
the doors.
just there.
All right, well, you see me? I did a roll of 47, son. I saw everything in the whole area.
47. What's that? Your perception or your stuff?
Not reception.
Let me see what I would roll perception.
I'd be like, let me scout. I rolled a 4. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not scouting anymore.
Why can't I hear?
I mean, from all the way back, I could probably see better than that's why I'm gonna roll my perception. Let's see even with the penalties, I probably could see pretty good.
Nigga, shut up with your little dragon say. Shut up. Take all those magical buffs to see how far you see.
Yeah, take away your Satan to see how strong you are.
I still be strong.
I know you are. I'm just fucking with you. You just got Satan not that long ago.
I was still doing the same thing 2 levels ago.
Let me do a greater dispel magic on you, though. Take away all your magical abilities, including my greater mind wallop. I don't even have to do dispel magic. That's automatically the spell because I cast the spell. Let me see. Meswar is freaking. Meswar is no joke. I ain't messing around with you. Please don't hurt me. This guy's Gohan.
All right, so Cynthia says, I think that the weather should match the appropriate finality of this situation. So she reaches into her scroll pack. She pulls out the scroll of control weather boots. Not to mention, I don't like the fact that something is flying above us and it has concealment because of this mist. So we're going to solve this problem very quickly.
You gonna make it sunny?
This place sees a lot of rain, huh? Right.
No.
I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain.
Yeah, I rolled a 47. Don't see what's going on.
Hold on, I gotta roll my shit. I got everybody telling me mad shit and I didn't fucking hear it.
What you said? Everybody roll 4 to save?
No.
Okay. Will-O-Wisp.
What?
Damn. Alright, Ian. Alright, so Meswar, as you're like moving about, you know, as you're moving around, trying to staying close to the walls, moving around corners, peeking, trying to stay as quiet as possible. Very little movement, very little, if any, noise. Controlling your breathing. You're moving like a stalking panther. So as you're like moving around in here,
a Draco Lich comes in.
your body completely, the hair in your body, like it rises, and your Your body basically. No, it rises, and you get this and you get this sensation as if like something was like about to whiz right by you.
Oh
And
shit.
You said the Wiz. Did you just aren't you watching Jessica Jones? Is that where you got that
no,
from?
I've used the word whizzing right by.
Whatever,
That's
nigga.
not where I got it.
Yeah. How you like this season? But we'll talk about it after. But
Yeah,
I like the season.
I just got up to like episode 4, and so it just hit the oh shit moment.
All right, hold on. Just wait.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about yeah.
And so far, I like it better. It's a faster pace than the first season. I think they probably picked up on.
I like that she's doing more detective work. I like that.
Yeah,
it feels.
It's because it's less about her drama now. Whereas the first season,
this one feels like it's more about her character growth.
Right. And it's showing off her skill.
And the villain is somebody that she's relating to as opposed to.
I'll still talk about it later.
Right.
We're getting derailed.
Look what you started. Look.
Sorry. All right. So something whizzes right, like trying to actually like whiz not just by you, but like into you.
Damn.
Or attempts to move into.
Well, that's why you put the bleach on. They're trying to take away his body.
Oh, you knew that was from Bleach. This guy knew man quick. The Bleach song. Oh shit.
They're taking over your body, man. Possessed by Sunigami. Shinigami.
No will save either.
Nope.
That was some fucking
magic jar, nigga. They took your body, you jerk man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your
So
okay, now hold up. What's your
Damn, are you serious?
body snatch, nigga. Body snatch.
Gather. We're gonna have to teleport away from here, so so Meso don't kill us.
What's your he has a flat-footed AC. What's your flat-footed touch?
Flat-foot touch.
We'll have to fly.
Alright, touch AC is 46, so I need to take off the dex.
45.
Plus 40.
You're flat-footed.
Flat-foot AC 45.
No, not flat-footed. Wait, you have uncanny dodge?
My incorporeal AC is 52. My touch AC is 46. Which one do you want?
Fuck. 62.
No, 52.
Flat-footed. How's flat-footed 45?
That's what it says on the sheet, nigga.
Oh.
He's a demigod.
Alright, no, you know what it is? I need flat-footed and touch. Alright, I don't have that on the sheet. So I'm gonna just look at your touch AC. I'm gonna just look at your touch AC and take off 6. You got dodge, so take off 7. Plus 39.
Wow, wait a minute.
39.
That's not right. It's flat
39.
It says 45.
39.
Why is it flat-footed AC 45 then? And touch 46?
Well, I mean,
you don't have your dex. You don't get dex.
So why is it flat-footed 45?
Doesn't he still get buffs though?
Your flat-footed is 45 because I'm only taking off the 7 from the 52. You see what I'm saying? It's 52 base. It's 52 normal.
Okay.
Flat-footed means you don't have your dex, so I take the 7 off. It's 45. But it's also a touch AC.
Okay.
So it doesn't. So because it's a touch AC, it doesn't count your armor.
But it should still count luminous armor, right?
Luminous armor don't count.
No.
It's touch. That's armor, not touch.
What armor are you talking about, Lou, that it doesn't count?
Well, so it doesn't count armor. Yeah, it's 39. I was right. Your force armor from your braces. Or the greater luminous armor.
Oh, my deflection from
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. No, I just wanted to
Deflection counts. Deflection counts. Your monk bonus counts. Your wisdom bonus. Your insight bonus.
Well, it still has a -4 to hit you from greater luminous armor.
Is that? Oh shit.
So that penalty factors in after it takes a swing at you.
Hold on a second. How is Meso trying
If
to
it's evil, right?
He's glowing like the White Lantern.
No, I can only put that spell on a good creature.
No, I'm saying only evil can use that penalty.
No, all creatures.
Oh, wait, luminous armor makes me glow?
Yeah, man, like the White Lantern. You're like glowing left and right. I don't think you can even stealth. Yeah, that's why.
I didn't know that.
Oh. I was saying you can't even stealth with that shit. Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this guy, This guy's trying to stealth, even though he has, you know.
Then why would I stealth? That means I'll be back over here with my crew. Let's disregard.
Nah, you already went over there trying to be Superman.
Oh my god.
Stop trying to pull us out.
Well,
Well, after it was Cynthia, I guess you'd have told, you know, should have told.
This guy pulling that cock on the other, son.
I'll blame it on the alcohol. Let's go. Go ahead, Luke. 39 roll. 39 still good touch AC.
I figure, I'm like, yo, this guy.
Yeah, well, it's 39. They got a -4.
Ooh, 19.
19 -4.
Well, you don't know if they get 19 plus 50 or something.
There ain't no plus 50. Get the fuck out of
No.
Maybe this is the king of the Widowwood. What an artifact.
here. Ain't no plus 50.
The Messor Slayer.
How come I don't see it, Lou? Where the hell is it?
You can't see it.
Like action point.
Obviously, because it's invisible.
You're correct.
Geometry style, Lou.
Sorry, man. You don't got that Claudius, like, you know, like perception.
Well, we gonna look through your decanter now, nigga?
Lewis, I have a question. Wait, hold on.
You get freed up by a second level spell. Like, how's it feel?
Nah, no.
Got him.
All right, one hit.
Damn.
Let me see.
Got
I'm
him.
gonna see if the 12 hit.
Oh, it's not visible? My bad. You got freed up by a 4th level spell.
Okay,
Got him.
you're the other one. You felt it. You felt as if two things had slammed into you, except one of them failed to slam into you. It like you felt your robe. As your body like moved instinctively to dodge the second one, like your robes, like it shimmered, and when your robe shimmered, the enemy's attack had veered off. And it just...
Lewis, one question: are they affected by the concealment too, or no?
The concealment is only within the concealment mischance is only anything beyond 10 feet.
Okay, no problem. All right, cool. Are there any other
I
effects
mean,
that
them niggas
happen?
in melee. They in your face, bro.
All right. I'm trying to see how much. Well,
I'm about to
here's the thing. It doesn't matter because when it hit into you, your whole body you just see electricity cover your whole body and it dissipates.
Okay. I'm immune to electricity.
I know. So.
Okay, just gonna do. That's just like.
Your brain is getting rewired.
Shocking. Mez says, now my counterattack. Activate Geometry Sane.
That's a standard action.
Whatever. That's what I got it for. My keepsake from Masterclass Mage Claudius.
You could just retreat from a situation and be like, hey guys, there's some people in there, and then Secret can go, okay, invisibility purge. Then you can go, oh, I can see them now. Let me attack. You could do that. Or you can find by yourself invisible, waste a standard action to do true seeing. Go ahead, do your thing.
Claudius is not complaining. As long as I can, save my resources for as long as possible.
You guys know what's going on. I'm thinking it. Something just attacked me invisible. It didn't hurt, but
I think you said that after. I think you said that after the fight. We gotta wait until the attack gets resolved first.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. You don't mess on his pride is too high. He ain't gonna say
That was the surprise. You gotta roll initiative now.
Yeah.
That was the surprise round.
Go ahead, mess up.
You couldn't perceive them, so they got a surprise attack.
How the hell I can't see them with a plus 39? God damn.
Because you're not Claudius.
Fuck you.
I was gonna suggest that you sure mess up. You don't want me to scout. I'm pretty good at perceiving things.
You ain't good.
And hiding. They would have never saw me, son. Plus 60 stealth.
Yeah, where's the dice at? What happened to the little dice?
What do you mean? What happened? You see mine?
No, I don't see no dice rolling. I want to see the dice.
I saw his. It was a 6 on 20.
There's something wrong in your end there. You might have to reload.
Yeah, I saw his.
Alright, maybe let's just fuck with.
What the hell?
He reloaded.
You got there?
Nope, still no dice. That's weird.
Well, you see the results. That's what counts.
Yeah, man, but it's still.
You roll the same number twice.
I think I know what it is, Darren. I think you have it off in your settings.
How? I never turn the shit off.
Let me see. If you go to settings, it says, you can put enable advanced dice or enable 3D dice.
Where is settings?
To the right corner.
Enable background, use window, enable dice. Oh, wait. It's like gray for some reason.
Really?
I can't click it, yeah.
Enable 3D dice. What browser are you using?
Firefox.
Oh, there you go.
Try Google.
Wait, you told me not to use whatchamacallit before.
No. They fixed the webcams. They fixed it.
Oh, they fixed Chrome?
Yeah, for Go.
What
Yeah.
picture you got? Three drama.
I'm using Chrome. Oh, come on, he's leaving.
Got this.
Oh, what the hell? Is that her?
She got some big ass titties. She ain't got no armor on though. She don't look like she's ready to fight.
I always picture her white.
Trying to find a Chilton-looking angel, a black angel. Like,
Yo, I could find a better angel than that. Yo, give me some
with
time,
armor?
man. Yeah, with armor. She look like she ready to sit down and pray. She ain't ready to fight with that shit on. The fuck?
Maybe she summons.
Why didn't you use the one that I have for the drama, the picture? I had a pretty cool.
Where?
It's back there. It is, baby.
Because while she's in Chill, when she's in this area, she takes the form of native.
Damn, wow.
Yeah, she got all her bathrobes and just chilling with her slippers on.
He said bathrobes.
She just woke up, put on her slips. Like, I guess
I wish the blade was also fiery too.
For real, yo. I'm like, this bitch. She look regular as fuck.
Did it work?
That's why I says to the group, there's something attacking me. They're invisible. I think I can handle this though. You guys keep going. Yeah, I rolled a 6.
We're not leaving you behind, Messor.
I know. I'm just playing.
What do you think? We're caught?
Piss.
Oh, what did I get for the Damn. You got 6. Well, the will-o-wisps is going to go again, and you can't see them. This.
Here's one for Jenya that I had. I'm gonna send him to Shackled City.
I guess everybody will. What did everybody else get?
Oh, we all rolling? I thought it was just Darren.
I thought it was this.
Why we
No, yeah, roll it. Because, Claudius, your blind sense senses them coming straight for you.
Coming straight for who? Me?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna count it as a surprise round because the characters are aware of them. So.
Claudia's got a 38.
Fuck. I honestly thought I had beaten you in initiative for once, and that's still fucking. Cause I had a 34 for them.
Going first is
I'm like,
what's the layman's total again?
all right, so you're quick enough to be able to react to this new information.
Flash over here.
Who? Me?
Claudia. Lewis thought that he almost for once was about to go before me. Almost. Got 38 on initiative.
My niggas have littered us.
Somehow they got past you, Mensor. One of them is already attacking me.
For real?
Oh yeah. I don't know what the hell.
How fast is niggas moving?
What'd you get?
Put up a wall.
I got
they fly,
15 for senior, and then for Validium I got a 14, and then I don't know what Validium's new modifier is for this.
Put up a prismatic speed.
Not higher.
It should be plus 12. Oh, he did cast combat rate.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I had 2 for her.
What does the blue dude just come walking around the corner like, baby, you thought I was dead? I'm about to put your asses in the ground right next to your son, Belena. You're like, give me my hammer back.
Give me my hammer back. Yeah,
put
you
your
guys
ass
have
right,
plus
right
12
next to
initiative, so...
Right next to your son,
Plus
Belena.
12, so I should have a 26.
You roll a 14?
Roll a 14.
Oh, what did, I got 10. Yeah. That's what I got 12. Oh, yeah, roll for the drum. She has plus 4.
Yeah, the last 2 are the ones that I have for Lady Drama. And the one on top is Genya.
Nigga, Blue Duke about to kill Monger. He's about to bury your ass right next to Cynthia.
Watson, look at those pictures, those last 2 pictures I sent.
I was looking in the...
That's how you should have used to envision me drama. You know?
I didn't see them. They didn't pop up here. The only thing I have that popped up here is me drama.
Is that in the
Oh, it's in the chat? No.
Oh, maybe the Shackled chat.
Oh, you talking about WhatsApp?
It's WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Oh, Virginia? Okay, that's for Virginia.
Yeah, the last 2 in the bottom is Nidrama, and the one on top that looks like a cleric, that's Genya with the mace.
Nidrama's race
she takes the form of a Cholton woman, so.
I mean,
is she Movonic?
She's Movonic.
Movonic? So Movonic, I thought they were like dark-skinned angels.
Are they?
I think naturally they are.
I thought it was Astro Divas are like black.
No, Astro Divas have gold skin.
No, the one in the Moss manual was a black man. The Astro Diva.
Oh, okay.
I think they just didn't matter for them. I think naturally you can have them look whatever you want, but they can also they can change shape too.
In Planescape, they said Astro Divas have gold skin.
They said
Planetars look like they're like bluish.
No. The Astro Divas
gold skin.
It was the most.
No, the Solar
Astro had gold skin. Plantar had like this greenish.
No, look at the. Hold on, let me open up the monster manual.
Nigga, fuck that shit.
Personally, I think they could shape
It's fucking D&D related. Eat a dick.
We in the middle of a fight. Got some
Nah, Matt, they changed it.
They changed it?
They used to have gold skin, but they have it where they're
What
beautiful,
kind of skin they
extremely
got?
tall,
Nigga?
human-like
They
creatures
have
with long feathery
vibrating
wings and very
skull.
supple leaf body, glows with an inner power that makes it hard to aim directly
Good.
at it. That's the picture they're using.
All right,
That's the
Oh, the
picture.
Mavana?
That's a black angel with cornrows.
nigga. I don't
With
give a fuck about.
Ashra
I guess they changed it then.
Why they changed the Mavana?
No, they changed the
They changed the
Astro.
Ashra Diva. It doesn't have naturally gold skin anymore. They just look like beautiful angelic beings. They can look whatever they want
That's
to look
good that
like.
they got the Aussie
I thought they
market.
were. I thought they were
Let's
black.
fucking go.
I thought the Astro Diva were black.
I think it was in the Planescape book. The Bonics were the ones that was naturally black looking.
All right, let's
I think
continue.
they
Let's
were.
continue. The drama, whatever. You know what? Since we all in show.
Anyway, here's the thing: Movonic divas have changed shape. They can assume the form of any small or medium
I'm making
humanoid.
Claudius. I'm
So
making
she
Claudius black.
chose to look.
He said I'm making him black.
Actually, he did that before already in the earlier quest when I took the form of a Shulton man when one of those missions with Kai, since he was a shapeshifter.
Honestly, that's her preferred form. I mean, she could look like this one.
I took an elderly,
But-
Shulton man form before with a cane.
Her preferred form is the one that's in the picture.
Is it?
That's her preference.
These nuts.
I gotta change the color of my future
As
character.
for this, for Jenya, she looks too Kandafin. Jenya, I have one for Jenya already. I had to pick something that looked more Tashalon.
He said, "Oh my god."
That picture that she have up there, man. She's just chilling in her bathrobes. I'm not.
Well,
I got something for her though. I got something.
no. My last two pictures.
I got more than a few
Yeah,
options.
This was Jenya.
Talk about the fight.
She's wearing, that one in this picture is Avatar. She's wearing like a Jesus Christ robe.
These niggas mute me. Do nobody hear me talking?
I hear you talking. I just not paying.
Fucking Will-O-Wisp attacking.
That's the pick I have for Jenya.
What the fuck? That's Jenya? She look like a gypsy. She look like Cleric.
How she look like a gypsy? What gypsy went around in armor like that?
No,
That's a dope ass picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Is she human?
She's human.
She look kind of good, though. I ain't gonna lie. But stop giving her fucking distract.
I've never seen a human with red skin before, though.
It's not red. It's supposed to be like a.
That's chocolate.
It's supposed to be like a dark. Yeah, I mean,
She look Dominican. You better stop.
she's Tashalon. I had to find
That's
something
Dominican right
that
there.
looks Tashalon. I didn't want something that looked like a fucking like a Caucasian.
All right, so
You didn't want him to look white.
why is she wearing Caucasian full plate armor then?
Yeah,
Because she worships hell.
I didn't want her to look white.
Because she. What do you mean Caucasian armor? Because she worships fucking
That
hell.
look like a full plate.
So
if you
what?
don't want to look Caucasian, that's fine, but come on. She's using a European Caucasian full plate armor.
This is Forgotten Realms. There is no European. You can have people. You can have
The
people.
only freak that I could see him get along, they could get away wearing full plate.
Her armor is
human.
Her armor is enchanted. Her armor is enchanted to endure the elements. Like she can wear that comfortably in hot
Anyone
weather.
that's not Valena wearing full plate in show should be getting.
I don't even think she wears full plate. She does wear heavy. She does wear heavy armor, and it's enchanted.
You know
The
what's
fucking cleric. She can fucking enchant her own shit.
You know what, Lou? Fucking falling off, my nigga. I hope these air elements
Falling
are
off. Nobody pays attention to the descriptions of my fucking NPCs. That's the goddamn problem.
Dude, this is the first time we see her after playing this campaign.
I used her in the fucking. I have it on video. I used her in a fucking fight you guys were in. You were staring at her for about 3 weeks straight. How you gonna forget?
Yeah, I buy it then. I don't remember. I got
right.
Do you guys do? Anyone else?
It was the fight. It was the fight when you had the big town meeting. When you had the big town meeting and all the nobles and all the nobles and the clerics of the temples and Mamu.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Oh.
We gotta remember this fight now.
But
she was there.
She was there.
Let's remember this.
Of course she was.
That's still going.
All right. I thought you used a different avatar. Right.
No, I used that one. That's the one I used. That whole fight. That's the one I used.
Let's remember this fight right here with the arrow.
The achievement word
motherfucker gave me a fucking Anglo-Saxon ass vision. It's fucking.
Yeah, I've been influenced too much by Anglo-Saxon art.
See, man. See. That's that 70s, 80s D&D art, man. Ruled by
Let's worry about
white
this
men.
Anglo-Saxon fight.
They fucked us up. Watson was in ninth grade. He asked the question. He's like, Lewis, why the fuck there ain't no black men in these books? I was like, oh shit, you're right. I ain't never noticed that shit. He had a hunt through what, like 1,000 books to find.
Listen, we gotta be realistic, guys. In the 70s, 80s, Spanish people, black people, we weren't into D&D, man.
Now y'all got fucked. I'm telling you that.
The country just weren't into Spanish and black people.
Right.
Right, exactly. We had to make up our own shit. Just like
you had to pick white people like everybody else.
Just like everybody else were playing basketball, but we had to cut out fucking milk cartons and make a
you know how many characters Matt had, and they were all just white, like by default for some reason. It was like
everybody black and Asian.
Get out of here! Your first character was not black.
Exactly.
Asian. Just had an Asian. The only reason it was Asian was because it was an Oriental fucking game.
Yep, you
I'm the Luke Cage of this D&D group, nigga. I had the first black fucking
character. You did have the first black character. Somebody actually had to say it. Somebody was like, "Nah, this character."
I play the first Latino character, Alejandro de Leon.
Yeah, Alejandro de Leon.
He did. He did play the.
He was like a solo.
You did play the first Hispanic character, Alejandro de Leon.
I played the first Hispanic character, man, Alejandro de Leon.
Solo. I played the first Saint. All right, now let's go. Let's continue. Talk about shit that don't matter right now. Let's talk about Castellion.
All right, yeah, you're right, because Wizards of the Coast Pathfinder, they're actually drawing more ethnic characters now, so it doesn't.
All right, well, let's
right.
Well, it took them like 20 years.
Yeah, right. It took them 30 years.
Claudius is under attack. What is happening with Claudius?
I want initiative, but I don't see nothing though.
Yeah, because it's invisible, nigga. You can't see it.
They're iconic shamans, actually, transgender. Dwarf.
I hope fucking Baylor pops up right now.
I'll put up 2 pictures right there.
We're good. We got Mansour to take care of the venue.
Nah, nigga, I hope a Baylor pops up.
All I know is that, all right. I don't know what your character's doing when Mansour said, but I had you roll initiative because Claudius used you with your blind sense, because they're naturally invisible, so unless anybody can see invisible, you don't really see them. Claudius has blind sense, so you can sense their location.
What the fuck was that?
What happened was you sensed one of them coming around the corner over here, and one flying over the walls, and you sense them like coming towards your group. This one in particular, coming towards you. So you get to react before they get to you because they're flying at crazy speed. But your ring obviously activates anytime you're about to make an action, and plus your other bonuses initiative, like your reflexes are just fast. It's like your body and your mind, everything's just reacting to danger. Fucking the minute it happens.
It's so fast. I don't even think I could warn the rest of the guys. Mentally,
you could. You'd be like, "Here they come," something quick.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, "Prepare yourself, lads.
We're under siege.
Where is the Joker?" Damn, Zino can't even see him. He about to get body. Like, I can't see.
What's Claudius?
Oh, what are Claudius doing?
Yeah.
All right. They're not up to me yet, right?
No.
So I'm gonna
prismatic spear myself.
Take out a scroll of invisibility.
You're gonna cast invisibility on yourself?
Hell yeah.
This guy's
coward. Not a coward. I have to assess the situation first. I don't know what's going on. And for some reason, they're targeting the wizard first. So how can the knight protect someone that he can't see? So.
I can't wait. I need to play a warlock because I can just cast invisibility.
You have a scroll.
You know warlock right now. What the hell are you gonna do? Nothing, man. You only got like 3 powers. You can spam. That's it, man. I got options.
I can create items that I do everything.
I don't see a scroll of invisibility.
I don't got scroll of invisibility. I ran out of them.
I don't see it on his character. They have a potion.
Oh, wow.
They have a potion. I see invisibility.
Yeah, so you see invisibility. Go see him.
Oh, wait.
What happened to the music? It was getting all good, and then niggas just get lower.
The invisibility. I guess I must have used them all up.
Prepare, nigga. You didn't check.
Nah, I ain't checking. Let me see. I mean, I could cast a spell also. I just didn't want to cast my spells.
That shit gonna fly right inside of the lady's armor like, I was inside here. Yeah, we're gonna name our group the 7 Deadly Sins. Change it on here.
All right, Lou. I'm just gonna cast the spell then from Beguiler.
All right.
Invisibility.
Improve, maximize fireball.
The prize is like you can see him anymore.
And he's gonna stealth. Let me see. 1, 2. I gotta move him to 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right next to Velatinum there. Oh wait, if you move at your full speed, you got a penalty,
just a
right?
-5.
-5?
Yeah.
I'll take the -5 then.
Let's say you got like +20 from
Yes, like
+20 from being invisible and +10, so it's like 56 +52.
It's +52?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna teach Messer how to stealth.
Shut up.
I doubt. The only thing I'm rolling is for them to like sense whether or not he did go invisible, but they're not going to be able to really. They're not going to have a high enough to pinpoint him.
Right. And not only that, with Valena makes a lot of noise with his armor, so they won't be able to hear me. That's the reason that he's walking, around Valena, because they'll give him penalties too. Does it give people penalty? If I'm very, very stealthy and I'm around someone that's very noisy, like Valena, for example, he's walking around and crap.
Clink, 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 clink.
There's no mechanics for that, is there?
Nah, there's no mechanics for that.
Never mind.
It's just assume like the higher your perception, like you have like an easier time of like tuning out certain noises in order to like pick up on certain others.
Right.
Not like an animal,
All right, so Claudius is gonna try to use his senses to try and see how many of them are there and what general direction. He tells the rest of the group, I sense at least 2 invisible creatures. The one that assaulted Mesor and one was going towards my direction. So where I just banished from, there was one heading towards that direction. So like around this vicinity, I guess, unless it changes course. And Claudius is done.
All right. One change course. This one.
Prove your metal, Nick.
How many squares does that move? That's one move. This one.
Switch target Simon.
My nigga Sam Jackson about to get bodied.
Excuse me?
You heard him.
It's the Sam Jackson.
Said he switched targets to Simon.
Claudius is about to get clobbered, and he just like deuce, and now Simon's
All
gonna
right.
get it.
You lost 18 temp HP as you suddenly feel electricity hit your jolt on your body and jolts your whole body. You don't feel any pain or damage as the magic from the Jama and Cynthia's Heroes Feast and both had basically sucked up that the damage that it would have dealt. So you just lost 18.
But I can't see shit.
But you don't you don't know what the fuck it was. It was invisible. You can see it. Something large and something big and electrical is just zipped into you, and then you felt it zip away. Like it's not even, you don't even sense it like around you. But you know,
Damn.
Double 18 still never got that remedy. Like I never even thought about that.
That's what did. He got true sight.
That's a fact.
This guy been one. He's like, that's the ultimate item that I need to be complete.
The only thing I need is to see invisibility or dark. Hell, at least just dark vision, something.
Everybody's got a weakness.
Claudius, you still sense they're in the area. This one's near the drama. The other one's right next to Cynthia.
Got it. So Claudius relays this information.
It's Elenum's turn.
The drama, Cynthia. I sense two of them headed your way.
Layden says that. When he says that, Claudius says that about Cynthia. And he has on iron guard wear his stance. And
No, not really. Tell you. You have burnish on one wall.
what was that? Sound like babies.
It's Xavier. I think that's what that bang was. I think he fell out of the chair.
Damn, I can't invoke them unless I see them.
Oh, shit.
So I may have to just wait until like.
Your smoking eye don't do shit?
Well, hopefully they all come and attack us, so they're not gonna just do a glitter dust next round.
Right. Because Cynthia is going to do invisibility purge, which is an area effect.
Oh, okay.
And then once that happens, I'll just vote with Valena.
I got my own version of invisibility purge.
Mentor is going to use.
I could expand glitter dust and make it a 20-foot radius instead of 10. And then since mastery of shape from Archmage, I could avoid each of you guys. So yeah, I don't get like blind. Invincibility purge. That's a level 3 spell, right?
Yeah, it's on a scroll, so that's how I was gonna use it because I wouldn't.
Oh, good.
I have no other reason to really
I'll use it then.
This is pretty much the end of the quest, and I have a bunch of scrolls I haven't used yet. So
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. Stuff that I have, I'm just starting to use it.
the consumables I've had since like fucking level 6, I'm getting rid of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to going out, blazing glory.
Dang, now. All right, Lou. So Valenum, Cynthia says to Valenum, let me try something. Hold on for a moment. And so Valenum was okay. So Valenum delays until Cynthia goes.
He delays?
Yeah, Cynthia said, hold on. That's something I could do to make.
So you moved?
He moved, but he didn't take any.
So you're radiant
action to. Radiant action to use
I guess
his nice challenge right after Cynthia does whatever she says.
Just don't move and delay after Cynthia. That way you'll be able to move and take your action.
No, once you move, that is an action. So
no, he's saying instead of moving.
I move and
I'm saying
I'm ready to action.
I'm saying not to move yet though.
Look, somebody ask you a question. What's those?
Want me to go back to my original spot? You said
right.
What's
Don't
those
move at all.
markers? Oh, temporary.
Oh, okay. I was over here then.
Right. Let Cynthia go first, and then you go after her. Then you have your full round action.
Okay.
Once you're able to see what the enemy is, then you'll be, it's better you go on the offensive.
All right.
Yeah, that's temporary HP, right? Unless I got mana now.
What's temporary HP?
That little gray bar below me, like a green bar.
The blue bar, yeah.
Yeah. Do I got mana?
That's your temp.
Mana.
That's your temp HP.
I know. I was like, niggas got mana right now.
You got 30 mana points.
He said mana.
Not enough mana. My mana would have been like 200. Not enough mana.
I am overburdened.
Please don't hurt. Be your friend.
He said, I am overburdened.
I am overburdened.
Help me. Help me. Hey, ho. So I am motherfucking overburdened.
4, 2, 1, 2, 3.
The
What did Rama do?
1, 2.
For the time, that game was very
It was fucking advanced and hell is fun.
It was very advanced. You see blood and corpse dead, decapitated. I'm like, holy crap, Diablo 1. I don't think my parents even knew I ever played that game.
Like, what kind of devil shit is this?
Yeah, my mom would have definitely been like, oh.
The drama also did the drama also did Death Ward on everybody.
Oh yeah?
She did what?
Death
Ward.
I like that. So when niggas try to do the death spells on me with that vorpal sword, no.
What's that? Death Ward?
That's not Death Ward.
Yeah, I mean the death effects.
It's not a
Death Ward is
That's like what's
immune,
that move?
immune to all death spells, magical death effects, energy drain, and any negative energy effects.
I'm already immune to all that shit.
Well, you already are, so she doesn't have to do it.
Because I'm a god.
What about
don't even work on you.
This is really dusty.
No, what about Wither? What's that spell called? Wither or some shit?
Horrid Wilton?
Yeah, Horrid Wilting. I remember I played this one game, Neverwinter Nights, that showed a picture of a fish, and then the fish just withers away, and then it's fucked up.
Yeah, you take all the liquid out of it. Yeah,
it was like weird.
Wow.
or I used to use gate all the time. Like gate, and there's a big ass demon to come through. Like, I think it was a Galugon or some shit.
You said
Like summon Galugon. I'm like, I will do this.
Yama can't. She cannot see it either. She's used. Claudius mentioned. Alright, so then she moves.
What was that, Luz?
Then she moves over here to go attack this one. The one that's fighting Cynthia.
So she can see it then?
No, she's just.
What is
What's she telling everybody?
Like niggas helping, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's just telling everybody.
My bad, guys.
But she said she was going to get rid of the invisibility.
Oh, well, then she waits too.
Yeah, Cynthia said she's going to do invisibility purge. It makes sense for people to wait for her to go first.
Okay, so move action, takes on first roll of invisibility. It is on scroll number 7. You got it?
All forms of invisibility. Personal. The 5-foot radius per cast level.
7.
It's 35 feet. Alright, so yeah.
Yeah, that means you're going to negate my invisibility spell.
While in the area.
You know what?
Okay.
While in the area, you can step out of it.
Yeah, that's. Claudius is visible also.
I already know what she's casting. Before she says the first word, I'm like, whoa. You got to spell my effect also. Move forward.
Like, I don't got to move forward. You can step out of it and you'll become invisible again.
Oh shit, Lewis, it's not right.
No, it negates it. It dispels it. I don't think it. I don't
What?
think it's like.
I thought it suppresses it.
Willow.
No, it negates it. I don't think it suppresses it.
Yo, I need to
Suppress
see
it.
a level
What?
Gillette.
No, it doesn't negate it.
It doesn't negate it.
No.
It suppresses
As long as it just suppresses it.
That's what I'm saying. You can step out of the area.
When you move more than 35 feet away from her,
right.
It comes back on.
Yeah.
Yo,
it's perfect for them because she realizes that they have to come into your melee range to do it. That's why it sucks for them.
Yeah, it says right, you surround yourself with a sphere of power that negates all forms of invisibility. Anything invisible becomes invisible while in the area.
Right. So you being ranged, you could just step out of the range and act however you please. You'll still be invisible.
I was just messing around. Even if it negated, go for it. Claudius
No,
has other ways.
it negates it. It doesn't say anything about like dispelling it. Or, yeah. Because why would it have a radius?
Right. It
would
just. Yeah.
That's the thing. It has a radius and a duration, so it's like.
It just keeps negating anybody else that's invisible.
Does Metal counter an epic gelatinous cube?
Anything invisible becomes visible while that part where it says while in the area. So if they're not in the area, I'm assuming they just go back to being.
Because your spell still has a duration. It's not like it cancels your spell.
Yeah, that's a very ambiguous description. But yeah, I could see that ruling. It's fine. Otherwise, it'll be too powerful.
Because it's like I was gonna say it's 3rd level spell.
Yeah, that's level 8 invisibility spell.
The Will-O-Wisp can naturally go invisible for it to be stopped for all this time from being invisible.
Imagine if I kept canceling.
Doesn't even have a saving throw. There's no saving throw or anything like that.
It would be OP for the simple fact that my purge has a duration. So if you have to keep on recasting invisibility, and all I have to do is just keep on getting in your area and turn it off every single time, that'd be OP. For like a 2nd level spell to keep canceling your spell, you have to keep on casting
dispelling
yours. Keep mine. Yeah, that's cheesy.
Yeah, because that would suck. If somebody like leaves the area, I'm gonna just cast it again and go after her.
Right. And she just walks up to you like, oh, no, it's off again. What? 2nd level my ass.
Yeah, it'll be too strong. And that's a lot of different invincibility spells, like higher than level 2. You got improved invincibility level 4. Then you got perfect invincibility level 8. I'm like, whoa, you telling me this level 3 spells just
So
KOs
there
all
you
those
go.
spells?
You see what appears to be just
Everybody stay around Cynthia.
you see what appears to be a small creature. It seems to be nothing but a faintly glowing sphere of light.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna roll knowledge
Dungeoneering.
for Willow. Engineering.
Engineering?
I thought it would be arcane for them.
They're aberrations.
Oh shit, the aberrations.
Alright. I know a little bit.
I mean, arcana could work. The DC would just be a little higher.
I know a little bit about this.
That should be good. Since it's a creature, I have storyteller.
Oh wait, I got storyteller also. I forgot about that.
Mental has knowledge, religion.
That's not gonna help him. No, the will-o-wisp.
I rolled a natural 20. I got 39, Lewis. That's a train check.
I think you may have actually beaten me this time.
That's rare. That's a rare thing. Only thing I beat Cynthia is like arcana checks.
Because this is knowledge dungeoneering, so she has to use knowledge for Eddie, which is trained, which would be plus 18. So I got 12 plus 18.
Okay, I got plus 19.
Yeah.
But you got way more knowledge. This is just plain like intellect that Claudius has. He only has 1 rank in that shit. It's just like he just knows shit. It's not that he studies. he saw it once. He saw it once. Like, whoa, I remember an article about that.
That's funny. I remember this back in the day.
Cynthia actually studied all that. She actually won't put hours, months, like learning all this.
For real, that bitch lives in the library.
Yeah, this guy Claudius, he's not your traditional wizard, man. He's not a bookworm. He just has talent to pick up things real quickly. Only thing that he's really has studied a lot, obviously, his field, arcane. You know, that he actually has read a lot about that. And besides knowing a lot about that. It's good having a scholar in the party. Usually that scholar part always falls on the wizard.
Yeah.
I only put like 1 ranks in a few, all of them. I'm like, Cynthia, that's her niche.
Cynthia is pretty unique. She's like the first scholarly cleric. She's a cloistered clergy, I think it's called.
So what'd you what'd you guys get?
Well, Claudius beat me by 9, so he got me. He got 39. I got 30.
Oh, you got 39. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go off of Here we go. Will-o-wisps.
Devastation beetle.
They're aberrations with the air subtype. All they need to do is touch you and shock you with electricity damage. They're extremely, you know, they have perfect maneuverability with flying. They have very, very quick, insanely fast reflexes.
You're immune to them, man.
They're extremely cunning and intelligent, very perceptive beings. They are evil creatures that feed on the powerful emotions that are associated with panic and horror and death.
Everything I don't fear anything.
They delight in luring travelers into deadly peril, then absorbing the resultant emanations. They can be yellow, white, green, or blue in color. They're easily mistaken for lanterns at a distance, especially in the foggy marshes and swamps.
You were just talking about lanterns earlier, too.
Mm-hmm. A will-o-wisp's body is a globe of spongy material, about 1 foot across and weighing about 3 pounds. Its glowing body sheds as much light as a torch. They can speak common and Auron. They don't have any vocal apparatus, but can vibrate to create a voice with a ghostly sound. They are immune to magic. So any spells or spell-like abilities that allow spell resistance. However, magic missile and maze spells work on them.
Magic missile work. Perfect.
We have a bunch of wands of those. What do you know?
We got a bunch of wands, level 9. Max.
Wait, how many of y'all carry?
I took a couple of those, man.
I remember Cynthia picking up like.
I didn't mark those down. Nobody told me how many they were taking.
You never told us how many there were.
There's like fucking 15 of them, I think, or some shit. Let me check.
That was a lot of them.
15? No, I'm not taking that many. Like, was any of them empowered?
They were all empowered.
I'm gonna take at least 2 of them, honestly.
I'm taking 2 here also. Yeah,
there's 12 empowered magic missiles at castle level 9. So they're 5d4 plus 5.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be using magic missiles on freaking all these pushovers, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's good fodder bullets right there. I'll take 2 of them.
There you go. I'm taking 2 also, man. And the others, let's not sell them. Let's just keep them in our stash. In the
for real,
you know, we have to equip people with these. You know, these are like freaking like assault rifles. You know, in D&D world, man.
You get the AR right quick, yo.
Yeah, man. You know, you already got a few followers that they're like, even if you're level 1 cleric here, it's a wand, man, doing more damage than a level 5.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. There's 24 of them.
Damn. Yo, we definitely could, yo. We can outfit the cauldron fucking.
Oh my god, there was 2. There was 2 per bladeling because they were dual wand wielders.
Oh my god!
So they were shooting 10. They were shooting 10. I understand. They were trying to get Enzo with that shit, but they couldn't beat his spell resistance. They were like,
Cynthia, you grab 3, I grab 3, man. Come on, 3 and 3. We're just gonna be spamming these things, man.
That's what Cynthia is gonna do right now. Fuck it.
Yeah, 3 and 3, Louis. Cynthia grabbed 3, so the Claudius.
Wow.
I'm just gonna be using that shit throughout the rest of the campaign.
They only have 9 charges on them.
That's fine.
What? They all have 9 charges left?
Those fucking those bladelings use them a lot.
Oh damn, man! So they're not even. We might as well grab a. You know.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
I mean, that's a lot of damage for 9 charges. There's 24 of them. So I mean.
I know that it is. It's a lot. Yeah. How many should we take?
3 of them should serve me just fine. No, 2 of them will serve me just fine. Because really, we don't need to worry about damage too much. We got damage dealers.
Yeah, we do.
It's just rare situations like, you know, incorporeal creatures and shit.
Yep. So like I said, 3 each, 9 charges. That's good. That's 27 charges.
Yeah.
Not bad. So 3 each, Louis.
Putting on your sheet.
Good. Empowered magic.
I actually considered memorizing Convert Wand. But it's a 5th level spell just so you can turn it into a healing wand. It's like, it's so high level for something that heals. I don't know why they made it so high level. And it's not permanent either.
Okay. The Will-O-Wisp. 39. Oh, the sagely Claudius knows quite a lot about the Will-O-Wisp. Alien beings without body language or expressions to hint at their unknowable agendas.
Claudius, the sage of the city.
All that one can truly know of the Will-O-Wisp is the insatiable hunger for terror and death. They are brilliant creatures without a hint of conscience.
Don't they speak? Can I talk to them?
They possess voices but choose not to speak. But when
they got no conscience. They're evil fucks, man. Let's just kill them.
Oh, they're evil. Are they evil?
Yes, they are. Don't you got detective?
Centuries, millennia, terrified peasants had huddled in dark huts.
Oh, for real? Centuries? Oh, no, I got the
first
body.
whispered stories about will-o-wisps, struggling to place the unnatural creatures in the natural order of the world. People had spun tales about cursed men's spirits doomed to wander the marshes and lure travelers to their deaths, so will-o-wisps have been commonly mistaken as some sort of ghost. Others say they are evil fairies with tiny lanterns who chuckle themselves as they tempt followers towards sinkholes or precipices. But one of these stories distinguishes itself from the rest, surfacing repeatedly with only minor variations from region to region. Seems to be the tale of a good woman who married a wicked man, a drunkard and a womanizer with a cruel streak in him. He found no greater pleasure in life than tormenting his young wife, breaking her heart at every opportunity. His wife, a sweet-tempered and gentle woman, had an infinite capacity for forgiveness and often prayed that her husband would change his wicked ways. When her husband fatally burned down their house one night in a drunken stupor, his wife's piety and devotion granted him a second chance. The gods allowed his spirit to return to earth in the form of a glowing ball of light. If the wicked husband truly repented his evil ways and strove to live a good life, he would then join his wife in the afterlife. So far, the creatures supposedly related to that spirit show no intention of living such lives. These scholars sometimes whisper darker tales, suggesting that the will-o-wisps are corruptions of the purest souls in existence. These investigations postulate that will-o-wisps are descended from fallen lantern archons, tempted angels who succumbed to evil. Cast out of the celestial realms for their crimes, these fallen angels have flourished and now wander the material plane indulging in their wicked desires. Whatever their origins, the most dedicated researchers know will-o-wisps to be a unique race of living aberrations strongly tied to the most primal forces of wind, lightning, and air. Peasants have many nicknames for these creatures, such as corpse candles, bobalongs, and spooks. Will-o-wisps are also...
They do 3, 8, and electrical damage.
You guys seen those spooks lately?
Yeah, you see those spooks hanging out?
The original meaning of spook was supposed to be
Spooks you
fucking...
saw the other day.
Yeah, we
I
need
don't
to
know
delete that.
how it became...
You need to delete that other book, my nigga.
He said...
Ancient spooks walking around. Get the fuck out of here.
Lewis, change their name to Ancient Spooks. Do it.
Oh, you are on choke. Oh, shit.
Peasants be having an average HP of like 6, 8 HP.
The will-o-wisps are also often nicknamed after notorious criminals or evildoers of their region. For example, a small village terrorized years ago by a bloodthirsty green hag might call will-o-wisps hag lanterns. The alien forms of the will-o-wisp prove particularly confusing to those who seek to destroy them. Their small size, the body only measures about 8 to 12 inches across, combined with the flickering yellow, blue, green, or white glow that surrounds them, give them an insubstantial, ethereal look as their flames hide their bodies. The body is not a single solid mass, but rather a cluster of 12 to 15 gas-filled nodes stuck together in a spherical shape by a transparent, spongy substance. These clear nodes are covered with porous membranes that pulse as the wisp breathes. They gain sustenance from two sources, natural gas and emotional energy. They inhale the gas formed by decomposing plant and animal matter and process it in several ways. It expels some of the gas to propel itself through the air with great precision and speed while absorbing the rest of the gas to fuel its biological functions. Digestion gas in this way produces a byproduct that ignites in a heatless light when it comes into contact with air. When the will-o-wisp exhales, this byproduct flares up on the surface of its skin, creating its flickering flames and the faintest smell of sulfur. Its alien digestion process also results in an internal buildup of electricity, which the will-o-wisp uses as an attack form. Superstition holds that they feed off emotional energy, particularly negative emotions, in an almost vampiric manner. Some researchers claim it's not a supernatural process, but a biological one. But they actually feed off the chemicals released through a victim's skin when frightened. These theories are vague and unsupported, but all sages agree that they gain sustenance from negative emotions in some fashion. Nodal membranes contain tiny multi-purpose sensory organs, which they use to see and hear. A healthy will-o-wisp grows new nodes at the rate of 1 a month. These nodes form at the creature's core and push the other nodes outward. Exposed nodal membranes age and tear quickly, and deflated nodes slough off the creature at a rate of about 1 a month. They feed daily for at least 6 months. A will-o-wisp that feeds daily for at least 6 months grows 3 extra nodes on the outside of its body. It takes a week for these extraneous nodes to mature before they break off and become a new, wholly independent creature. New wisp develops more nodes over the next 2 weeks until it matures to an adult-sized wisp. No limit to the number of times they can reproduce. And cannot control this process. Only occurs when there's enough sustenance to support reproduction, and thus will-o-wisp populations naturally control themselves. Each node can think for itself, although they die if separated from the rest of the wisp, except in the case of reproduction.
They can think with all his minds at once, which gives it an incredibly advanced intelligence, even when it is very young. Also, being that the nose of a newborn wisp stem from its parent, a young wisp has the same thoughts, memories, and much of the same personality as its progenitor. Thus, will-o-wisps in the same region are often interrelated and sharing the same memories, think of themselves as a single creature. They don't seem to have a natural lifespan, but their unique dietary requirements make it easy for them to starve. They must feed on gases once a day and on emotions at least once a week. A solitary will-o-wisp with constant access to gases but not to emotions will break down and die in about 3 months. A wisp that cannot feed on gases dies in a week, regardless of whether it has access to emotional trauma. Decomposing materials in a 1 mile square section of a swamp or an average small town graveyard can produce enough gases to sustain a single will-o-wisp. They see little difference between a solitary existence and one with related wisps, as they share the same memories, objectives, and similar personalities. In areas capable of supporting a large number of will-o-wisps, strings of 3 to 4 wisps commonly form, working as insidious, incredibly mobile hunting parties. If a string forms naturally by reproduction, there's no need for the wisp to compete for resources. I'll just finish this one. As reproduction only occurs when there's enough sustenance to support multiple wisps. Naturally forming strings work together to concoct brilliantly evil plans. So, that's what happens when you guys roll high knowledge checks. I don't know what to tell you. Shoot, that was only half the fucking article.
So is Valenum and Drama's turn?
So Cynthia then after
Nigga spent 30 minutes telling us about an ancient wisp with a bitch that your husband's burned down the house. What kind of shit is this?
That was one shared origin, but nobody knows the true origin.
Just fucking us instead of burning.
You know, I knew what will-o-wisp was, but I didn't know nothing about their background, so I did learn something.
That's true.
I learned something too. I honestly didn't know what the fuck it was made out of. I always thought there was
I've seen
balls
them
of
in
light.
pictures, but I didn't know nothing about them. Yeah.
Like it was nice to know, nice for them to break it down. It was like, okay.
Now we know that they burn their house down.
Related to speak his turn.
They feed on your emotions of fear.
But Mitsuru's not afraid.
She did invisibility purge, so that kicks in Laneum's ready back in.
Because you got no emotions.
Will-o-wisp.
Not ready. You delayed. Why I say you're ready.
So I am going to use a swift action to test of metal. He is going to do daunting challenge. That's the one where I call out opponents and strike fear into the hearts of my enemies.
Daunting challenge.
Mighty Monk Metzor, I summon thee.
Challenge rating 16 or less. What's their challenge?
Oh,
it's my turn. I'll do it.
Okay, I gotta roll this.
Almighty champion. I wonder who's stronger, me, Drama or Metzor.
Why are you concerned with ally strength?
We haven't seen the Drama in action.
They both
Pass.
Yeah, one.
Alright, so I'm going to.
Man needs to bump his charisma. He still got a charisma
15,
item.
20.
Shut up.
Nah,
I do have a charisma item.
You do?
Yeah, the belt that I have on gives me like +4 to like.
You don't. No belt that gives you charisma.
Well, I have a cloak then. I have something that gives me bonus charisma.
I don't see it.
I just picked it up. I just exchanged belts because recently I had what you call it belt, Blue Duke's belt. And
Which I'm wearing.
so, and I gave my
Which I'm
blue
wearing.
belt
I could make you if you want
to Claudius because there was a new belt that gave me a bonus.
it. You did get a new belt, but if you need your old belt back, I got you, Valida.
No, I shouldn't. I just got a new item that gives me a bonus to.
I don't see it anywhere. Is it on your character sheet? I don't see it on.
It says belt of physical perfection +4.
Yeah, that's a bonus to strength, dex, and con, not charisma.
Oh.
I think you've come across charisma boosting items. It just none of them. You didn't want to replace your.
Oh, you thought it was like +4, like all your stats?
You didn't want to replace your 5 virtues. Set your Ken Chu standard of valor.
For some reason I thought I was like, let's hold on. Okay. It's like there's one still just natural.
So yeah, okay. So you did the move, the test the metal. They both passed their will saves.
My standard action I
Oh,
do
don't do
antagonize on the will of this that he's in front of me. $37 total.
Success. So on its next turn, it will attack you instead. And the drama will her turn comes up. She'll 5 step here. What's her stances? She's got 3 stances.
That's so weird. Why did I think I had a charisma boost in that?
You could have Cynthia cast charisma stuff on you. It's like a level 2 cleric spell, right?
Yeah, I could, but for some reason I thought I was getting a bonus from somewhere weird.
I'm surprised that virtue stuff that you have, since it's a knight equipment, it doesn't give you like charisma bonuses, since knights rely on charisma.
Silver Creek, that's what it's called.
No, you would think so, but nope. I don't know, Lou. My stats are kind of weird.
Telling me. Stance. You are an ally within 30 heals too. Every time you make this. Oh. Damn. Alright, so she's gonna go martial spirit stance.
So far, we've received 3 points to put on stats because of gaining levels, right?
4.
4.
Yeah, I don't know about that because my charisma is at 20, and
Yeah,
I
you only
didn't
pumped
start
it up
off
too.
with, huh?
You only put it up by 2.
No, what else did I put up then?
Alright, I'm gonna tell you now.
I didn't put up Constitution.
We're gonna go.
I didn't put up Wisdom. I
tell
didn't
you.
put up Intelligence or Strength or Dexterity.
13, 12, 20, 14, 15, 16. It was originally 16. So you've been putting it all on charisma since 4th level.
Sure, really 16. Let me go back and
I'm looking at William's 3rd level character sheet.
So I can
And it
look
says
at
charisma 16.
16.
Oh, there you go.
And at level 4, it went to 17. Yep. And at level
Alrighty. Yeah, I know I'll put every point in charisma. That's all I started off at high level.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't gotten an item at least +2 to charisma by now. Gotta get
that extra DC to the
+4
to all your
charisma
nice
right
stuff.
now.
That's I mean, if you got a +6 item, that's extra 3 DC to all your.
For real.
Oh, I know what happened. I have a penalty to charisma because I'm my race.
That was your race?
I think he did put an 18 on it.
I have -2 to charisma because of my race.
I mean, so you must have some weird, bro.
Yeah, you got a -2 to charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And your main class attribute is charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's keeping true to your character. I'll tell you
that. Pretty much.
I would never pick a class that gives me -2 to intelligence if I'm playing a wizard. That's for sure.
What she have? Covering strike and silver keys. Make a single attack at full. Single attack. For Wait, what?
They're not resistant to melee attacks, right?
Oh, she's not using that one. What's covering strike? Covering strike, but during after you initiate this boost, you can make your attacks on the take no more damage. Before you strike, count me attack. Oh, okay. She's not gonna use anything like that. Then she's just gonna make her attack. What's your counter expertise? What's her AC? Fuck it, she's just full attacking this shit. Let's see how +20. What's her bonuses? She only has +25. She's got 1 because of age, +26. Her weapon is +5 now because of it's +28. Any other bonuses? No, not really. What's her base attack? Oh, okay. 28. 28, 3 attacks. There you go.
Hey, Lou, do these things suffer an attack penalty because of the drama's aura? Or no?
If she turns her aura on. Thing is, her shit's just like Mensa was. She turns it on, everybody gets +4 deflection bonus to AC and resistance bonus to saves against evil creatures that's within 20 feet of her.
Yeah,
And
but I get
it functions as a magic circle against evil and a lesser globe of invulnerability.
Oh shit, we got the same thing.
Hers is better. Let's stop.
No, it's the same. It's the same. Be quiet. It's the same.
No, it's not. She's provided the deflection bonus to Ace.
I'm saying, I think hers is better.
I do the same thing.
Do you?
No, you don't. You only care about yourself.
No, yours doesn't do that.
Alright, well, I'm not a cleric, so it's okay.
His acts as a double strength magic circle.
Better than yours, like that.
Yeah, I think that's the only. That's another difference between the two.
There's another difference. Recognize.
All right, I'm generally 20 plus 23.
Yo, fighting these little ones at low level could be dangerous. Like prior to level 3.
What's their AC? What?
Full attack.
She missed with the first attack. She hit with the second, third, and I think the third might be a crit.
She would never be able to hit this one.
Cool.
plus 2.
What's up?
The third might be a crit.
Damn.
Uh-uh.
I don't know how the first one hit me then. Because it was a surprise round, right?
Pride, yeah. You like I said, you lost your dex and your dodge bonus.
So
that was like a 7 AC drop, something like that.
That's the only way you get hit.
Now niggas gonna be like,
well, it was that, and it was a touch attack. So I was
right. I mean, this got messed up.
Even then,
Like,
one of them still
sleeping
missed.
right now. It's bad.
Let's keep it real. Even with all those drawbacks, one of them still missed you.
Yeah.
And it didn't even do damage.
Yeah, it didn't even do damage. She was immune to the attack. Like, this is crazy. Like, Mesco could go to sleep right now. No armor to dexterity. He could go to sleep. Somebody tried to, like, stab him. And it's like, didn't do nothing. The knife breaks.
You should have my body just roll around and sleep like...
Yeah. Like, this guy Kai comes through trying to assassinate you in your sleep. You'd be like, blade doesn't do anything. This breaks.
Coup de grace, but you lose. Minus 10 damage.
I thought that was gonna happen, man. A Kai versus Spencer. Hold on, it did happen.
Yeah, he got bodied.
Alright. Dealt a total of 44 points of damage.
Sure. Threw that nigga in the pit. Threw the Kai in the pit.
Her sword materializes in her hands.
Flaming sword?
Yeah. Slices through the will-o-wisp twice. You see, like...
A lot of creatures here that immune to that flaming sword.
You see, like, some of the fire, like, burn off some, like, literally burn off, like, some of the light off of the will-o-wisp attacks.
I swear to God, D&D loves using fire when it comes to, like, celestial beings, because they're basically taking, like, the theatrics from, like, I feel like, religions and stuff. Like, you know, divine flame. But like, in D&D, everything that the Celestials will be fighting is with fucking fire. I don't understand. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, how are they surviving in this war against, like, evil outsiders?
Yeah, demons and devils, they're immune to fire. Like, hello.
They have to come out with fire that specifically burns things that
they don't have to fight just beams.
Holy fire.
That's your turn.
Magical property. They'll come out with a new magic property, holy fire. Half damage is magical fire, the other half is holy.
They got that with lightning already, primal lightning and shit like that.
Oh, you're standing at that corner. You're able to see all this shit.
Y'all need to give up on the element shit, yo. Just say holy damage.
Yeah, I don't go that element crap. You know the only way you can go with element if you get those weapon crystals, because you can switch them out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get a couple of those crystal, ice, fire, whatever, and then swap them out. That way you're not using an enchantment on your weapon.
Okay. Metzor. Your turn. Also, because you were at that corner, you could see, like, further into, like, this area.
Yeah, what do we got? Dracolich? Yeah.
Dracolich. We fought a Draco dragon before. Dracolich dragon before.
You did see something. What'd you roll for stealth?
How was he gonna stealth? He had on what you call it?
Oh yeah, he had that. That's right.
We saw each other.
He could still be sneaky.
All right, you see after you got attacked by the will-o-wisp, you saw something large fly around in this. This is like a rock wall. This is the jagged rock spire that's in the center of the ruins. This wall.
Okay.
It's all rock. You saw something large within the mists. Fly down. Well, it's flying above in this area right here. It's about 20 feet up in the air.
So, like, do I have to think to let the party know what's up?
It appears to be a humanoid with lizard features riding atop.
Okay, so then,
So it's probably most likely a lizard folk. Like it's not like attempting to like hide within. I mean, because you can see it. Obviously it sees you because you're a fucking glowing ball of light in the fucking in the area. Obviously it was curious about what brought this light source, so it had flown in that right there to see where the light was coming from. And then
the king of the will-o-wisp.
But you see you can make out what appears to be like an armored like lizard folk riding atop fuck is it? Hold on.
you got a picture of him?
Yeah, it's on there. Riding atop a creature that resembles an enormous two-legged hornet with a pair of small forelimbs and huge bat wings.
I mean, it's got poison if it's a hornet. Or resembles a hornet. Anyway.
Yeah, there's the lizard folk. Can you see it?
Let's see it. No, I see it.
That's just creepy.
Looks like Louis Loyola back in that day.
This guy. What do they name it? Roll an house check.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Which one?
just in general.
Just in general?
You don't have a. Just roll. You have history of religion, but that's not going to apply here. Roll.
What you mean? Knowledge on train, man.
Yeah, roll untrained +1. You get a fucking 10 or something.
You get like a 16, dog. I know what it is.
Yeah, growing up in the Chiltern Peninsula, you as a kid you heard about these creatures. Living in the jungles and other parts of Faerun, but obviously the
use my handle animal.
Where you're from, there's a Chiltern name for the creature, but translated into common, they're known as spider eaters. Spider eaters, they're just nasty predators within the forest and in the jungles that gets its name from the ability to just shrug off webs, and it has a habit of laying eggs in paralyzed bodies of enormous creatures, usually arachnids. He's heard stories of them being trained as flying steeds. Bandits have used them in the mountains and such, or in forests.
Serpentine creature riding a flying mount. That's weird as fuck.
Lizard folk.
Oh, okay. It looked like the picture looks like serpentine.
Oh, it's Yuan-ti. If anything, it looks more like the picture I found for it looks more like an alligator.
Okay, yeah.
For some reason, its snout is made long. It's a lizard folk. It's a lizard folk. I mean, that's what it's. When I did a search for lizard folk, that's what came up. So
that shit he's riding is weird as fuck.
It's for this thing. Shit. That's for that thing.
You have been condemned to die for being so ugly. Such abominations should not be allowed.
So now Netsuo has an idea of what's in the area because, like I said, you sense multiple up in the air and around and past beyond the wall of something large and living flying around. Now you see what. Of course, they know you're there too, so You
Yes.
you hear the lizard folk.
Go take him out.
You cry out in Draconic.
Oh, they cry out in Draconic? What are they saying?
You know Draconic?
You know Draconic?
I speak everything.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You speak. I forgot he had.
Language, I understand.
Forgot he had
Dead body.
tongue of the sun and the moon.
Forgot about that. That wasn't about a joke.
Through your spiritual enlightenment, you can easily understand the creature's language before you.
Some are saints too. The saints understand everything.
That stuff actually came.
Oh, saints have it too. I forgot. It calls out. We have intruders. They are here. Alert the cage rights.
Don't let them alert the cage rights. Kill them.
I got it covered.
Don't fail us.
Who's he talking to?
Let's watch charges in. Lewis. What's going on?
Got to the dimension door over there.
No, it's not that far. It's 5, 10, 15.
That one in particular is flying 15 feet up in the air. So unless you plan on flying,
The funny thing is, at your level right now as a monk, you should be able to hit that in a standing jump.
Yeah, 15 feet.
The fact that you can't do that is embarrassing. So.
Even figure man, even Claude is without magic could jump up.
18th level monk.
Because remember, there's no roof, so.
Oh yeah, because you can start flying.
No, it was already in the air.
You should be able to You should be able to jump up and stun that creature. So I can't fly anymore. This nigga fall off with that shit. You should be doing some monk shit right now. So show me what Unchained is about, yo.
Show me Unchained.
All I'm seeing right now is Saitama. That's all I'm seeing. All you show me is One Punch Man, and the show has got pretty boring. I gotta be honest. Show me the tech, yo. Where's that technique, nigga?
One Punch Man.
Lewis, I'm gonna teleport and attack.
Ooh,
cheesy shit. Teleport on top of the nigga mount, stun the mount, start fucking him up on the mount. He's like, I'm gonna defeat you. Like, nigga, I stunned your creature. That's all I'm gonna do right now.
I didn't want that.
Jump off that shit, slow fall down. Come on, show me some shit that a monk can do.
For real, man. Do that freaking what they do in Bleach? That shadow step.
Yeah.
Do that chumpo stuff. Like,
Lewis,
what the hell is this trail from?
Lewis, teleport on top of the mount.
Watch him try to do something cool, but he just one-shots everything in his bag. He might not.
Nah, bro. Teleport on top of the mount, grapple the lizard folk.
You got a what?
Teleport on top of the mount, grapple the lizard folk.
You're gonna teleport and you fall straight down.
Why not? Why does that happen? I can't teleport on top of the mount?
You mean teleport on top of the mount?
Yeah.
And try to ride it?
No, grapple the lizard folk. So if we fall together.
What's the mount?
Can you do a drop kick and kill both of them?
I see what you mean. Teleport on top of it so you can mount it as a second rider. And he's making an attack on the lizard. Alright.
You're gonna have to take
not attack, he's making a grapple.
You're gonna have to take physics into the equation because by the time he teleports there, the creature already moves because it's flying. So he might have, teleported and missed the spot.
Shut up.
It's physics.
Second rider, grapple, and then he gets attacked out of two niggas that don't have no.
It's almost like when you're a sharpshooter, when you're shooting your rifle like far away, you don't really, it's a moving target. You don't really aim at the moving target. You gotta
aim in front of it or aim
in front of it,
where
right?
you think it's going.
Where you think it's going, right? Is that what you're doing? Teleporting where you think it's going, or right?
Get out of here,
you might miss your mark. You might miss your mark. See, Sino would know. He's the sharpshooter of the party. He knows. Master marksman. I remember that. Godlike. That tactics.
What's that 16? That's the attack?
No, I didn't even roll nothing yet.
Oh.
That was a knowledge check.
Yeah, you want me to roll the attack? What do I got? What's the bonus? Plus 29? Or you?
The roll once.
Thanks, Pachoda.
Oof, that was close. That was always a one.
Well, it's not really an attack, it's a grapple check.
You probably hit, though.
I think
I blame you, Pachoda. As soon as you said, don't roll the one.
he grabbed it.
Thanks to me, you didn't get a one. You know what I'm playing your character?
No, doesn't he take an attack opportunity? I don't have improved grapple. Oh, do I have improved grapple? I think monks get that. I think I took it or no, do I not?
I don't think you have improved grapple.
No, I don't. So he's attack opportunity.
You know, you never grapple people when they're in the ground. Why are you trying to grapple people in the air? Why not just take them out One Punch Man style?
More godlike.
Like, you try to be godlike.
his bug is not going to be like, his bug is going to sit there with him like, get off my master.
All right, we're both grappled on top of this now.
Oh shit!
You know what the mountain's gonna do now, right? It's just gonna fly to the cage race.
I'm like, guys, I got him on his mount. All right, Lou. So yeah, I'm gonna knock this guy out and throw him off the mountain. Let me know when I can do that, because I know he's got actions.
Hold on. Clear. Grapple. We both got the grappling condition.
Yeah, does he get? I'm sure he missed on his attack opportunity. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I would
He's not even role playing out.
Oh shit!
The tables have turned.
Yeah, it would be funny if I got 320.
It's funny how you always get a 20 when you need it. That's me.
He fucking jumps on in the fucking lizard folks fucking sticks his sword back and goes to his neck. What the fuck? How did this happen?
Oh my god, they should have killed it one shot, One Punch Man.
He don't care. He fucking fast heals.
What you mean? I still care, nigga. I don't want to hit. Make it like, oh, because I heal quick, it's all good.
Yeah, but it affects the cool factor, though. It didn't make cool.
I
got some damage.
Spear. What's that one? What's that? 1d6.
It's a low level minion.
It's not even going to beat your damage. Doesn't even matter.
I'm telling you, man, this guy's
it flipped its spear and it went.
That's what the Kryptonian.
It flipped the spear around and it stabbed like over its shoulder and it like cut you across your neck. But as it cut you across your neck, only a slight nick appeared in there. And actually, not even. It just took off 1 point of temporary fucking hit point.
Would you read right away fast healing?
Well, there's a fast heal to temporary damage.
Yeah, Charlie, you're retarded. Fucking kill with a natural 20 to
Okay, Kyle.
Come to me, son of a
Kal-El, the last hope.
Zion's turn.
This guy. Guy's a Kryptonian, son. You remember Smallville? He learned to fly until like the last season 12.
Yeah, that's what it's so stupid.
Is that what we're waiting for? Like level 20 Messor for him to finally learn how to fly? That's the only thing you're missing.
He has boots of flying. He's weird.
Oh, he can fly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he can fly. Never mind. He's Superman, man. He's definitely Superman.
He can teleport and fly.
Dude, this guy Messar is Superman. He could be butt naked right now, like no clothes, no shirt, and still be a force to be reckoned with.
Blade, the only one that can't fly.
But he can teleport.
Oh, he can teleport. Yeah, that's true. Certain distance. He's still like 60 feet. Those boots of teleportation.
Man, 60 feet in any direction.
No, I know.
That's really
I don't think you even need I've seen items where it's like you gotta teleport, but you need line of effect. I think the boots you got don't even need line of effect.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot
Or
this
line of
will-o-wisp
sight.
right
I've seen
here
some
and
that's
the
like
drummer
line
right
of
here.
sight, like you gotta see where you're gonna teleport to. Boots, yeah. Teleportation boots are the best.
I don't see the HP bar for the one that drama hit.
Oh, it's because it's.
That's the one I'm going after. This one right here.
Damn, they have a lot of HP. What the hell?
They're ancient.
They've been eating gases and bad emotions for a long time.
Right, they've been in these jungles. You guys are in a the region you guys are in. You're in another set of jungles on the Chultan Peninsula, and where Cauldron's at. That's near the Chultan jungles. You're in the black jungles now.
Very black.
All that hate,
The black with the spooks are.
all that salt.
The black jungle where the spooks be hanging out.
So does that mean if one of our members had a lot of salt right now, it'll make this will-o-wisp stronger? Because they will absorb that saltiness.
Salty as hell.
Yeah, they absorb. Well, it said they absorb fear, grief.
If Kai was here, they'll turn like.
They absorb fear, grief. They don't absorb salt. Not salty. That'd be hilarious.
They would feel kind of.
Oh, just grief, not saltiness. I thought they absorbed
It's
saltiness.
fear. I think it's
Disappointment.
it's fear. It's fear, despair, and something else.
Despair.
What did I just say? Grief. Same thing. They named 3 in particular. I don't remember what.
Do they got fear type effect? How are they gonna get people afraid?
I mean, seasoned adventurers probably aren't gonna really freak out unless these aren't really gonna be freaked out by them. But they freak out 90% of the freaking population. Experts, commoners. They go up to an orc, something that'll be scared by it. Goblins.
What's that 20, son? Oh, Lewis, does he take damage because I'm touching him? Is he evil?
There's plenty of things.
Lewis?
Puma.
Lewis? You're not listening? Lewis?
I'm listening. What?
Doesn't that guy take damage because I'm touching him? Holy power? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right,
I guess they're evil.
Mm-hmm. And the mount too, if the mount's not evil, then it's all good for it.
Yeah, that's little. 26 points.
With that, with them niggas is evil.
No. As ugly and disgusting it looks, it's not an evil.
It's neutral.
Yeah. Oh, it's not evil. Then I'm gonna be like, why are you doing this? You should go back home.
You talking about the spider eater?
No, I'm talking about the lizard folk.
They got like animal intelligence. They don't fucking.
I don't guess it. I'm gonna leave that thing alone. I won't hurt that. I'll be like, yeah, man, get home. Get out of there. Do the hand animal to it or something.
What's your damage?
Oh,
1d6.
One shot cider. Just kill someone. Critical. Times 4 damage.
Wait, what is this? Is this rapid?
Yeah, I was rolling. Yeah, -5, so it was
And -5.
21, and then the 16 was a crit.
We got -7, -6 because it's point blank.
Oh, that one's probably that.
And his rifle's +5.
Oh yeah, rifle +5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, no. All your weapons that you have.
Wait a minute, actually, his rifle's way more than +5. But wait. Zyno. Scarlet is awakened right now. She's intelligent.
Oh, I didn't roll.
So we have to roll for
I
like
forgot about that.
her intelligence and like her ability that she has. You actually get to talk to Scarlet right now. Like all the things.
You get to talk to Scarlet, which has some of Cynthia's personality, basically.
Yeah, well, you're like, oh, good
That
job,
was you gonna be
Scarlett.
telling the shit to
Reply, and be like, thank you.
You're talking to a mini Cynthia, is what's going on.
It's not a mini Cynthia.
That's what it says. It
does-
imparts your mind and consciousness and alignment into the item. It's a
Right.
mini Cynthia.
It's her
You done
alignment.
fucked up.
But it's
You
not
fucked up, son.
It's a mini Cynthia.
Maybe that's what final.
But yeah,
Okay, it's not. It's the mini me version of
right,
Cynthia.
exactly.
Oh, that's a mini Cynthia, son. That means you can be sitting there. It's just gonna be telling you about shit. Look, that's a.
He's gonna be
From the other room.
I'm like, just shoot already.
he's gonna be nagging at you. You shouldn't drink, Sino. That's not healthy. You should give up those vices. Stop
Said
sleeping with
you
those prostitutes.
shouldn't drink.
Why are you
Well,
sleeping
Lewis,
with
by
those
the way,
whores at the bar?
since I don't plan on spending any extra money on
You know that money could go.
on
That money
mine
could
or
go for
anything
people.
else, can I boost it? Can I give it the max GP that I have? Because
You'll never be able to see
the higher amount of
again.
I have to leave
of
fucking
money
Scarlet
you
in the
spend
hotel
on
and shit. Like,
creating
you know what?
material component,
I'm going out.
the
Yeah.
more you raise the
Don't be back
chances
home too
of
late.
getting a better special ability.
I'll be here waiting.
So I want to give him the max special ability on Scarlet.
Damn, son.
Alright. Well, I don't know. Let me just do this attack. I'll have to figure that out after this.
Okay.
Oh, you got a new magical item too, Sino. You got a +3
it's right.
dexterity buff.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We've been hooking you up. You know, such a...
Yeah, you're welcome. We've been hooking you up. Look at that. We'll hook you up. So that's a +3 to attack.
Alright.
Right there.
These were the bonuses. I just gotta add one to the roll. Okay. So we got a 33 and a 32 and a crit. Roll the crit threat.
Yeah, roll the crit threat.
That's.
The 20, you gotta roll again to see if it's a crit. And it is.
What's their AC? What's their touch? Oh shit. Alright. First one hit, second one hit, third one hit. Third one's a crit. Roll the last two.
2.
This is cluster shots, right?
That's another one. Damn.
Well, let's see if that's. Well, let's see if that's a crit.
Yeah, you should get that gunslinger ability that your crit goes from 20 to 19.
I got it.
Oh, you do, and then you also get the feat.
No,
to
I
make
did it. You put 22. It's supposed to be 12.
Oh.
So it's 20.
Still a crit.
No.
No.
No, he missed it.
Shut up.
What?
They got a high touch AC.
Oh, they do.
All right, last one.
Yes.
You never know. It could have probably hit if you looked at the special ability, but you know, we're skipping over it way until after this is
Get
done.
out of here.
For all you know, it can have
You
a
don't got no special ability
purpose.
like that. No,
It can
no,
have a special
no.
purpose of defeating aberration.
No.
It probably goes
Aberration
into Bane
Bane?
mode, fucking aberration.
He still would
Bane.
miss. The AC's 31 anyway. He still would have missed.
What if it ignores aberration?
For real.
Alright, like I said, 1, 2,
What if it's
That's
a
a
true
special
six?
2
ability.
hits
You
and 2
reroll.
crits. Jesus.
That's a lot of damage.
2 hits, 2 crits. What's that?
Alright, I gotta figure out the damage. This. And you did. You added 5 from deadly aim. You said.
Yep.
The Church of Dawn is going to be coming back for his weapon.
Oh yeah, this is I'm gonna knock on the door like, hey son. I'm gonna make that.
And it's intelligent too. They'll be like, oh, that's the will of God.
Oh, it's not permanent. It goes away.
I'm kind of watching
It's like an hour per level though, right?
Yeah, it's lasting that a long time. You'll
Go
have
ahead and
to
do that
this
math,
whole
Lewis.
encounter. That's
Do that math.
See, I am doing this. Fucking
You know what? I think you should get like a quarterstaff, Cynthia, and do that for Mesor, so you could have that extra wisdom. You know, like
That's
that
why I
Mesor
don't
don't
need any more magic or power or anything. He's fine.
2 times 64. Oh my god.
Mesor needs more power. He's not.
He's fine. He's fine.
He needs more power.
He said he's fine after he just became godhood. He's like, no, he good.
We're gonna. Yeah, Mesor's gonna be our experiment. We're gonna imbue him with arcane and divine spellcasting abilities. He'll be able to cast a few level, 5 spells or below arcane and cleric spell.
Damn, son.
Oh,
10d10 plus 170 plus 46.5. That's
See all this.
that is rough, yo.
So you guys just like
I'm not even done.
241 damage.
Damn.
Plus 46.
what's the 46 from?
Oh, he didn't roll the 46.
Oh, he didn't roll the fire damage. Oh, okay.
I just did.
Oh, the fire damage. He didn't roll the fire damage. So what's that total?
235.
235.
Yeah.
Oh,
All you guys do is like you hear this guy's
the Grim Reaper.
buckshot and like, and the will-o-wisp that Nijama was like in the middle of fighting, it winks out of existence.
So you think the other will-o-wisp is afraid? Get it? Instead of them,
Like the fuck, it was like somebody just hit the light switch, just it was gone.
light switch off.
You don't like the
will-o-wisp
spongy mass that I described. It was made like this. It's not even there.
Damn.
You would have to look on the floor in the mud with a fucking magnifying glass to find pieces of it.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
That shit decided to atomize that bitch.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Crazy.
Whatever's left actually is actually just like you see like pieces, very very tiny smoldering, like cinders of like on the floor like burning away.
Damn. Map City.
One.
I would have 3 grit points off from that.
Right, there would have been 3. What's this challenge? What's this hit dice? I think it goes by hat. Yeah, it goes by hit dice. Yeah, you would have 3 grit points back.
Yeah, you need to start using your grit points more often, man. Because you be getting them back.
he keeps getting them back anyway.
You be hoarding them and you don't even use them as much. Yo, use that crap.
I'm not gonna lie, Zano. You for this whole entire like your career as a gunslinger, you didn't use your grip points that much. Like you in the situations when it really mattered, but it wasn't like you were styling.
I've seen in a few cases.
I think that most of the reason is like to get like an
I would
extra
say
attack.
as a gunslinger, you're pretty conservative as a gunslinger.
I've seen a few battles where he's almost ran out. Where he was
He's supposed to be like a
overall, I would say he's a conservative gunslinger.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really find him in situations where too much where he's like, fuck, I burned all my fucking grip points.
Not now.
He has never used up all his grip. I don't think there has been a fight that he even used 50%
I think he's got like 12 and he's got 2 stored in his ring, so that's like 14.
What the?
Kind of fucking.
The most he ever used, I think, was like 3, and then he gets them back.
And then he starts getting it back when he's fucking right.
At the end of the
They're
day,
right.
he
Might as well
always has
spin
the
that
next
shit.
grip point.
I would say as a gunslinger, a good
He's
rule
high
of
enough
thumb,
level to get away with that though.
A good rule of thumb as a gunslinger is to use your grip points early in the fight, because by the time the fight starts to die down, most of like a lot of creatures are at lower HP. So you can get your grip points by finishing them off that way. But in the beginning,
The only problem is like there are a few times like a lot of my feats determine if I still have them or not. So like,
you got another.
Well, as long as he has one left. Just
Well,
don't use the last grip point.
That means, yeah, 1 never used, but you got like 13 others.
that was gonna Leos. If I have grip points in that ring, does that still count as having like some left over or no?
I think I read the item. I don't think.
Use the rings first. Just use
Here's
the
the
rings
power
first.
reserve. It would make sense not to.
What he does is he can store 2 of his own grit in there. So what he's done is he's stored 2 in it, and then he'll rest.
No,
If he
that's
rests, then
Charles.
he's got his full allotment plus the 2 that's in it. But I think the 2 that's in it, he can only use it for the ability
How's
to
Father
get the
treating
ring
you,
grants.
Antonio?
Oh,
I gotta, yeah.
So can you make
Some
different
sleep
types of
at
rings
No,
that could
she's not
allow
now.
for different grid abilities?
What, it's a Ring of Grit Masters. That's what it was called.
He's hungry. Wants some milk. Yeah, man, babies at that age, they wake up like
This ring is
every
made
2
out of
hours.
fused firearm bullets, making it a impressive ring.
Every 2 to 3 hours.
Twice per day as a free action. When he regains grit, he can choose to store it in the ring instead of regaining it.
Oh, that works out better.
So he
Then.
stores it in the ring, which he's done already.
I don't know how I did it with the twins, man. Every 2, 3, they weren't even synchronized. 1 hour, one will wake up, the next hour the other one.
You can do that on the
And he can store up to 2 in the ring. He can spend the grit that's in it in either of the following ways. So there's like specific. The 2 that's in there, you have to spend it.
Range kicking in, so
Yeah, these kids are freaking.
It's either once per day, use a grit point to get a +2 to initiative, or once per day as a standard action, use 2 grit points to activate a bullet shield spell.
I just got like my first 2 or 3.
The thing is, like, I
Alright, so
got a lot of
let's
to
really
reduce the amount of grit points I
put
use.
it in 12.
So like the skills that I use, I
Yeah,
got a lot of
we
them
do
reduced
impart
to
mine,
0.
so we have it set up for tomorrow. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Roll those.
Yeah, impart. Yeah, let's do the impart mine.
Alright, so we're playing this Saturday, St. Louis? This Saturday, right?
Saturday.
5 to 10? 5 to 10? 5 to 10?
It says Saturday 5 to 10. What?
I thought we were going to switch. Antonio, what's your schedule on Saturday? Is it better for you Monday nights or Saturday, 5 to 10?
I don't think I can.
Monday nights. I always
I don't
work
think I can do
Saturday
5 to
nights.
10 Saturday because I gotta pick the kids up at. They're gonna be at their freaking.
Yeah, I no longer work during the week.
They're gonna be
now,
at their
so.
relatives this Saturday, and I gotta pick them up.
Because everyone else is good 5 to 10 on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
That was freaking great. Because I'm freaking tired as hell Monday nights. Because I freaking wake up mad early.
It gains intelligence, wisdom, and charisma of 10, and has lawful good alignment.
Yeah.
No special control over the item once it becomes intelligent, although it has simply as alignment.
All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I think we're done for tonight, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, have a good night.
So Scarlet can communicate via speech and has normal senses to a range of 60 feet. Speaks and reads one language known by you. Okay, so by Cynthia.
She gonna be like Cynthia now?
If you know multiple, you may choose which language that. Obviously, the one
Yeah,
she can speak.
The one that Zino speaks,
Yeah.
obviously. Zino's the one communicating with it.
Roll randomly. To determine the item's power, add your cash level to this roll. That's 16.
So she would learn. She would know.
Expending additional diamond dust in excess of the 1,000. So how much diamond dust are you putting into it?
I'm gonna put
Every additional.
She'll learn Chilton.
Oh, expending additional diamond dust in excess of 1,000. Every additional 100 grants plus 1 to equal to you. So you're adding another 1,600. So you're doing 2,600 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Yeah. I'll use all the diamond dust that I have for impart mine, which is to be able to cast it twice. I'll use it all on this one.
Well, you just gave it a plus 32 bonus to the deed. So roll a.
So if this works out, we can make this permanent, right?
It was nothing. I got an 83.
Plus 32, so that goes straight to 100. Roll once. If you roll above 100, which you just did, choose one item power to grant the item, and the item gains a special purpose. So you have to choose.
Ooh. All right, so you can choose. Yo, Zidon, what you want on Scarlet right quick, bro?
It can
What?
it can cast a 4th level spell 3 times a day, 3rd level spell 3 times a day. It can teleport itself once a day.
It can go Asio Mag.
It can cast a 4th level spell once per day. It can fly.
What about Bane?
Item can change shape into another form. Item has 10 range skill. Item can sprout limbs. Item can sprout limbs and move with a speed of 10 feet. The fuck?
What? Yo, imagine if the item grew hands so it could shoot itself.
That shit would be like Chest Dreads. It'd be like full auto. Yo, wait, you could do that. Think about it. If you have a handle on top, full auto, that shit starts shooting, and then you take out your other gun and
Roll
start
for a
shooting this way,
special
or
purpose.
shit is shooting that way. So put it on your shoulder as a cannon.
D100.
So Zidon, you gotta pick a power, bro. I'm rolling for the purpose right now.
You put it on your shoulder as a cannon.
I got a what? What's that? 16.
Why'd you roll it? Oh,
Roll 200.
okay. 16. Dedicated power item. Oh, dedicated 16. It defeats or slays diametrically opposed alignment. So, chaotic evil.
Alright.
That's the item's purpose. It will go anything against chaotic evil. Go ahead, roll again for a special purpose item power.
Is it still at the plus 32?
No, that's only for the
85.
Yeah, it's just for the 85 is the item can use a 7th level spell at will.
What?
This guy's
Yo!
Oh
7th level spell at will, only for its special purpose, which is anytime he's fighting against chaotic evil, the skull's gonna take advantage of the 7th level spell.
At will! 7th level spell at will! Let's let the chaotic evil pop up, so.
What's the spell?
So if the item gains the ability to cast a spell, determine the spell it can cast randomly from spells you know of the appropriate level.
You know, then
Yeah,
that's
randomly.
but what type though? Are we talking arcane or divine?
Well, you're casting it as a level. You're casting it as a cleric, so it'd be spells that you know of the appropriate. So it'd be 7th level cleric spells that you know.
7th levels, random 7th levels cleric spell that I
Random
have?
spell though. So
What?
I don't know how I'm gonna randomize it.
But it
That's
has to
a
be
lot
for the
of-
purpose of, it has to be for the purpose of chaotic evil, right?
It's gonna be for whatever it is. It's gonna be used in any time he's fighting against something that's chaotic evil.
Like a cage right.
Cage right.
Like the cage rights.
Alright, so here's my so it has 2 powers, right?
Plus it has this other power, which
Right,
you
so
can choose.
Let's pick the first power first. Alright, Zyno, so what's the first power that you
The
want?
best ones I'm seeing is cast a 4th level spell 3 times a day, or a 3rd level spell 3 times a day.
Well, there was a lot of choices though. One was grow with limbs.
Yeah, but the
one was
higher
flying.
they were, the higher it was the better. Like you don't want to cast a 0 level spell at will.
No.
Yeah, the 4th level spell 3
You don't
times
want
a day.
to have 5 ranks in the skill or 10 ranks in the skill. You don't need it to fly.
Right.
Only thing
As cool as Scarlet to sprout limbs, like that's yeah.
I'm only seeing 2 things.
That's the 3rd and 4th.
Is give it a 3rd level spell or a 4th level spell.
You give it a 4th level spell.
4th level, yeah.
Then it has to be a random 4th level cleric spell. That can be used and that thing can be used anytime. Whereas the special purpose, the 7th level spell is only going to be used when he's fighting.
It's only if it's fighting something chaotic evil.
Damn, that 96 to 100. If you had got 96 to 100 for the special purpose, that shit says item can use True Resurrection on a wielder once per month.
What?
Oh my god.
Damn.
True resurrection.
That's crazy.
Make this shit permanent.
All right, so Louis, so you got basically.
You only that it's only gonna obviously. I think it lasts like 7 hours.
So basically, it
You
has
cast
two.
a spell again, it's entirely different powers determined by a new set of rules.
So basically, Louis, you're gonna just roll randomly on like a chart.
That's a lot of fucking spells. I'm gonna have to count them.
I'm gonna get to sleep, guys. That's so funny though. Talking
I'm gonna
about
have to
shit
just
again.
count them and then just use the my D100, not my D100, my fucking my dice rolling program. It's like if there's 250 spells, I'll just have to roll 1d2.
So the fourth of a clerk spell he can use whenever he wants, and then there's one he can only use on chaotic evil. That's a seventh level spell. It's pretty good. And they're divine spells, so they're probably gonna be either something at that level. There's something that does a lot of support, most likely. Something that definitely helps.
See, it says determine a spell it can catch only from spells you know of the appropriate level. It doesn't say in the spells you've prepared or spells. So I'm assuming it's
weird,
anything
though,
on the
that
class
that
spell
works
list.
more with like wizards, because wizards like spells they have a limit to how much they know.
Yeah, it's whatever's in this. Well, at least with them, it's whatever's in this spell book. So
Yeah.
if Claudius had casted something like this, he's got a ton of spells
Right.
to randomly pick from too, since he's got so many spells. Sorcerers can cast this too, and Maguses.
Fourth level spell and a seventh level spell. Damn. I got a simply spells right now. He could do Blessing
hear
of
a baby.
Fervor,
I
Dimensional
hear a baby.
Anchor, Delayed Death, Door Resistance, Glory of the Martyr. Seventh level, he could do fucking Global Invulnerability, Shield of the Archons, Phoenix. If he could do Phoenix Fire at will, he could annihilate everything. Just keep fucking doing Phoenix Fire.
The fuck is Phoenix Fire?
Basically, you die and you come back. And you don't look it up because I got it for Cynthia. I don't want you knowing my shit. Relax. You don't need to do a research.
Oh, Book of Results and Deeds. That's a sanctified spell, though.
He said random, yo. He said random.
Yeah, but only specific characters can use sanctified spell. Perverted. You immolate yourself. You die. Every evil creature takes 2d6, maximum 40d6. It's like a fucking disintegrate.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral characters take half of good half the damage dealt. This is fire, the other half is divine power. And after 10 minutes, you rise from the ashes. Sacrifice your death and the level you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it's just a resurrection spell.
Right.
It's not really
I got a combo for that spell.
She's ready to lose a level? I see that on her fucking spell list.
Yeah,
on her prepared spell.
She's going to fight the cage fights. She has that as a trump card, man. Put that together with a few other martyr spells.
That'll make fucking Metro go insane. Yeah, I already see her ashes everywhere. It's like, starts rubbing the ashes on his face. Puts it on his fist. rubs it on his fist, and he's like, ah. The fight's over. He leans down. And he's like, "She's gone. We lost." Yeah, all of a sudden the ashes come off his body and she reforms.
That's what I get broken.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" That's crazy. She shouldn't even tell anybody.
I didn't tell anybody.
What the fuck? Well, I mean, somebody could ruin it with a spellcraft. Claudius would. Claudius would be like, man, she'll be back.
You son of a bitch.
I know what spell she did. She'll be back.
I'm trying to combo that with this spell called Gloria the Martyr. That basically, when you die,
It
it
heals the mass
heals
killer
like
wounds.
the
I saw
group.
that. Those mass killer wounds. Alright. I'll let you guys know what's that with the spells on.
See you guys next Monday.
Later.